Oh shit, the church is brought to you by Onnit.com. Onnit has the best supplements out there. I've been messing around with them for the last 5, 6, 7 years. I know the president, Aubrey, and the development guy personally, and I love what they do. They have a tremendous Alpha Brain and New Mood and Shroom Tech, and the Alpha Brain, which is their flagship. If you're not happy with it, you get 100% money back guarantee. Who the fuck does this in this day and age?
100%?
100% money back guarantee. They don't even want the pills back. Take the pills and snort them and go shoot yourself, whatever the fuck you do. Do me a favor. Go to Onnit and look at their fine line of supplements from their acai milkshake to the cacao hemp force protein. I mean, this is a tremendous company. They got great steel bats. They've got kettlebells. They've got apparel. They've got blenders. But do me a favor. Go to Onnit.com right now. And if you see something you like, press in.
Church.
Boom! And I got you 10% off delivered right to your house. Who's better than Uncle Joey? Number 2, listen. The summer's coming. Your asshole's going to sweat. It happens. You know what I'm saying? Not that you're special. Not that you're a stinky dude. Your asshole sweats. You're on Match.com. You got shit happening, okay? You're hanging out with Christian minglers. You got fucking, what do you call those other people? Farmers' daughters. Listen, you want to sling dick. It's the summertime. It's tough to sling dick when your balls smell like fucking ass and they're mixed. You ever scratch your balls in the afternoon and you can smell your asshole and your ball sack? You don't need that no more. You know why? Because bidets are back, bitches. HelloTushy.com. That's the answer to your problems right there. You can't get dates? Scratch your ass after a shower. If your asshole stinks after a shower, maybe that's why you don't get dates. Everything's fine until a girl blows your flute. Then she takes a whiff of that dungeon of death. And that's it. They don't want to call. They don't want to do nothing no more. Then you wonder why. HelloTushy.com is the answer to all your problems right there. It's water that sprinkles into your muffler. You could sit there for 2 fucking years. I don't give a fuck. You could sit there till the California drought comes back. But listen, I'll tell you about it more, all right? Right now, go to HelloTushy.com. Get yourself a portable bidet. It's going to change your life. Fuck therapy. Fuck Adderall. Go to HelloTushy.com right now. Press in.
Church.
Bam! Get 10% off. Again, 60-day, 90-day guarantee. Whatever the fuck, there's no guarantees. This thing ain't breaking. If it could take my fucking 300-pound ass, it'll take your little skinny chicken fucking bone ass. All right. HelloTushy.com, Onnit.com. Give him some love. Hit it, Lee. Bam, motherfuckers. It's Wednesday, Thursday, whatever the fuck. It don't matter. You're slinging dick, rain, snow, sleet, fucking hurricanes. The church of what's happening now, baby. Kick that mule, Lee. Every time I see Dean Delray, I think of this song. So this is why whenever Dean's on, this song is on, whether you like it or not. This is as good as it gets. Listen to those guitars. Hit it.
Lights out.
Here we go.
Oh, man.
Dean's getting all rushed up without the reefer tonight. He's solo. He went back to N.A. He can't smoke a bong yet tonight.
Nah.
He's on the motorcycle. What the fuck? I wouldn't get on a motorcycle at night unless I was smoking reefer. That's the only way I could go down that fucking Laurel Canyons with 92 bong hits and a fucking... Put San Lazaro in your jacket. That's your lucky fucking charm from now on.
I'll take it, man.
Greetings to the church. Dean Delray, my little nephew Lee Syatt. We're here. We're queer. It's a whole new fucking week. Thank you for enjoying Steve Renazizi the other day. We had a good time in studio. But now we got my main man, the music extraordinaire, the comic of fucking the future, Mr. Dean Delray. Fresh from Denver, taping his first fucking CD, vinyl, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Vinyl record on Bong Load Records, man. What perfect name, right?
And taped in Denver. Were the crowds good? People come out and support?
The Wednesday, over 120, 30 people, which I thought, Wednesday. Then Thursday, like 160. Then Friday and Saturday, full. Both shows. completely full. Then a Sunday, like 130 or so. It's like, it was awesome, man.
Yeah, it's the Rockies. It's not the Broncos. You don't want to fucking do a Sunday there.
Oh.
Broncos Sunday.
Oh, no.
It's a slow death.
Yeah, right.
And people who do show up to the fucking show are people who came from the Bronco game. And if you suck, they'll throw a fucking helmet at you. They're fucking fired up, those people. So I'm happy. I'm happy it went well, Dean.
A snowstorm. Full-blown snowstorm breaks
that.
out. So we get there, and it's like, 70, and we're like, beautiful. And then we wake up, and it's just a foot of snow
How
drops.
crazy is that?
It was crazy. It was freezing out.
How crazy is that it goes from 0 to 60, and you can't explain it to people.
Yeah.
Like, you just can't. I saw it one time, February 2nd of 1990. I got out of the BCTC, the halfway house.
Yeah.
Okay, I get out at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Me and my wife at the time go to eat at this Cajun place that was a house. And it was downstairs and upstairs in a yard. Lucille's.
Yeah.
Cajun place. See if it's still there in Boulder, Lucille's. Oh my God, they used to have a red snapper with 2 eggs sunny side up and beignets and shit.
Oh, man.
Are you fucking kidding me?
What city in
Boulder?
Boulder.
Well, I'll never forget that. I went in there about 1 o'clock. We had the 2 eggs, the fucking beignets. It's still there?
Since 1980.
Who the fuck do you think you're dealing with?
Wow.
Dog? So we go in there and we get the
Let's see. Here.
whatever. See what the breakfast options
I was
are.
looking at the location. 2124 14th Street. It's like
Yeah.
a yellow house.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a house. Yeah, look at that.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
What about the menu? See what they got for breakfast.
Okay.
Because they're only open for breakfast and lunch. They're one of those type of places.
I like those places.
Yeah, at that time. That's when they're telling you.
So you want breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, they have a organic egg scramble. I don't think you got that. It has tofu and stuff. It has eggs Pontcharanian with trout. It has blackened salmon.
There you go.
Egg sardou, which is cream spinach and shrimp. Oh, that actually looks good.
No, they don't fuck around.
A New Orleans praline waffle with pecan batter.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Eggs Benedict. Eggs Jennifer, which has spinach and avocado and tomato. Eggs New Orleans has fried eggplant and Creole sauce. Holy shit.
Oh, that sounds good.
Pan Perdue is New Orleans style French toast. And then they have rice pudding, a cheese omelet. They have a big menu.
Yeah. Well, when I was going there, they had like a red snapper, a darkened red snapper with 2 eggs, potatoes,
Oh, man.
bayonets, toast.
Sounds like they replaced that with salmon.
Yeah, salmon, fresh with squeezed orange juice. I mean, I go in there, I eat this big fucking meal. I don't get high. I'm in the halfway house. It's my first day out. It's like whenever you make a change, your body is all worked up for that change.
Yep.
And her and I went back to the house, and we probably fell asleep like at 4:30 in the afternoon, maybe. And next thing you know, she was waking me up. Now, when she picked me up that Friday afternoon when I got out, it was 65,
Yeah.
beautiful. Sun was out, birds were chirping, not a cloud in the fucking sky. I go in at 4:30. Now, I had a dog then. I had Hercules then.
Yeah.
So I went to walk him, and it was still beautiful. I went in, fell asleep. She woke me up at 2 that the water had broken. I go outside. There's a foot of fucking snow.
Fuck.
And a full-on blizzard. And you're like, okay, it's February.
Yeah.
But when you see that shit in April and May,
It was nuts.
it's nuts. And then you see it in September.
Yeah.
Colorado always lets you know who's boss in September.
Yeah.
September, like 15th. They'll dump a foot of snow on you. You're like, Jesus Christ. And then it'll be gone in a day and a half.
It was gone.
Gone in a day
It
and
was
a half.
like it didn't even happen.
No, it's like fucking nothing.
It was so weird. It was like beautiful. Like I was there 2 weeks before with Marin. So, 80, wearing a t-shirt the whole time. Didn't bring anything in my bag. So this time I go, yeah, same thing. You know what I mean? It's going to be blazing. I just want to bring my podcast gear and a couple shirts. I don't give a fuck. And man, I step out from the Friday night show and it's like this death wind blowing down that fucking 15th Street there and just snow just hitting me. I was like, oh, what the fuck? And it pumped all day and night.
Did you go to that place and eat with the green
Sam's?
chili?
Sam's?
Yeah.
But I got a new spot there now.
Where?
I go up the street to this joint called, they got 5 of them in Denver, Snooze. And it's like, it's a breakfast joint. But they have this homemade chicken sausage that I gotta have every day. They got one in San Diego too, and then they have a quinoa oatmeal that's just fucking.
Can you believe what I'm listening
Yeah.
to? Can you believe the insult? He just green chili for quinoa fucking oatmeal.
I was doing Sam's at night. Getting sloppy at night. I go in there. I
gotta
get
do all three.
Dean, this is like this might be your last appearance for like a year, and
Oh.
then you're gonna be put on
quinoa
probation.
or fucking oatmeal.
I tell you what, though, it is good,
When
man.
I'm in Denver, dog,
Yeah.
there's only that. That's it. I only see Sam's.
Yeah.
Because I know I'll never get that again anywhere. They
Yeah.
don't have even the burgers with the green chili on them and the Swiss cheese with the peppers. They don't fuck around.
They got that back bar there.
They got the back bar.
Yeah.
They got milkshakes.
I got the shirt.
I don't even eat any of that stuff. I get the 2 eggs
Yeah.
with bacon and a thing of fucking green chili. My main thing there is the green chili.
I got the steak and eggs. That
Did
one you
you?
told me to get. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I get
that's
the
good
steak
too.
and
That's
eggs
good
there.
too, yeah.
I go late night there. Every
that's
night
good,
after
man.
the show, I go there.
This isn't food related, but I saw a video you did at Red Rocks.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never been to Denver. We've talked briefly about Red Rocks on the podcast before.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk
but it's
about
like
that.
legitimately in. It's like the Grand Canyon. That's why
Yeah.
I love driving through that kind of like. I just
Oh.
love. But it's like it's in that. It
Yeah.
just looks so cool.
It's my dream to play there, right? So Chappelle's doing it this summer. They did Oddball there last year. But, as a kid, and you know this, Joey, they U2 shoots this infamous concert there. And as a kid, I was like, wow, did they build that place? Like, what the fuck is that? Just those 2 stone walls and then the amphitheater, and it's all wood seats and the view of Denver downtown. So we go out there immediately once the snow hits. And to see it, all snowed up. And it's open all the time with no concert for just hiking around, which is so cool. You can hike this whole fucking place. You can get on the stage and sing Bloody Sunday, Sunday, Bloody Sunday. That's the famous.
Was there security at least in the thing?
No, there's no. It's just like a state park. And they got a visitor center. I went in the visitor center. It's so fucking cool. We learned so much about this place. It opened in 1906. It was called like Garden of the Gods. And it had no sound system back then. It was acoustically perfect to where people could play and they would hear it. And eventually, over the years, it got bigger and bigger, turn it into a full concert venue. The Beatles played there in 1964. I took a picture of the photo. The fans are out there. Boulder loves the Beatles. They played there on their first run, man. Insane. And here's a crazy thing. In like the 70s, if you look it up, Lee, Wikipedia, like early 70s, Jethro Tull played there. And like 1,000 people showed up with no tickets and stormed the joint. There was like a mini riot, and they banned rock there for years. Like years, man. And then this guy, the Denver promoter, worked
71.
71. Worked it to where rock could be there in like 80 or something. I don't know, but U2 is one of the first ones to go there and play, But fuck, Hendrix played there. So there's a secret tunnel from the stage underneath that goes up to the soundboard, and I guess every rock star has signed the tunnel. And there's like Hendrix signatures, Beatles, Doors, all that stuff. Like signatures on this wall.
I didn't know it went back that far. That's really interesting.
I couldn't believe it either, man.
I thought it opened like in the 80s. That's
Me
how
too.
fucking dumb I am.
I did too, though, because I didn't
thought
know
it
about
opened
that.
like in the 80s. No, I thought it opened up with U2.
Me too. I thought they
with
built the
fucking,
thing.
U2.
Yeah.
I went there a few times. Very interesting, Great place to trip and see a concert. I mean, when you go there, you really understand the concept of having 4 of your friends and taking mushrooms or acid. That's what you're into.
Totally.
And just walking around there and seeing a concert and seeing the sunset and all that. It's fucking really sharp. Really sharp. It really is.
It's my favorite place in
It
America.
is a real. I only went there like 3 times, but I should have gone more. I was into different fucking things.
Can you imagine if like 5 of us did it? Like say like a Rogan, me, you, a Marin, and a Burr or something, and like Hinchcliffe or somebody, like this 2-hour crazy show. Man,
It'd be great. I'm excited to see what Chappelle does there.
Oh, yeah,
I didn't
right.
know that Chappelle was there.
Yeah, man, it sold out in like 5 minutes
Yeah,
or
he
something.
sells out.
Is it the show with John Mayer, or is
No,
it just,
it's him. Yeah, it's him. Because the solo. But yeah, he's out with Mayer right now.
What is he doing? Do you know what that show is?
Yeah, he just does comedy, and and then John Mayer plays. It's cool. That's a different concept. That's like 70s. Like remember all the comics up. I opened for Alice in Chains this summer. It's like old school. Back then, comics opened for bands. Carlin, he opened for everybody.
It's funny. I never saw a comedian open for all those concerts I went to. I would have remembered. I never saw a comic open.
It was
all those years.
Early 70s is when they did it.
Okay, yeah, I started going to concerts in the mid.
Me too, because I never saw it either. But Bobcat opened for Nirvana for a whole fucking tour on their big tour.
No.
Yeah, I got the shirt, man. And if you talk to Bobcat, he tells crazy stories. Like some were good and some were horrible. It's just him out there, back in the Bobcat days, going crazy, and opening for Nirvana on the big tour. They did the Cow Palace in San Fran. Oh, man.
What's that seat?
15,000.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I just shit my pants thinking about it. Opening up for a band, that's a different animal.
Oh, it's so hard.
Opening up for a comedy show is one thing.
Yeah.
But for a fucking concert, you gotta bring it, Jack.
Oh, I did it, man. And people look at you like, why is that roadie up there talking?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a different feel. And when it goes bad, like he said, it goes bad. And you got TikTok. That's when, time is fucking crazy.
Oh.
You know what time goes long for me at the store or original room? It seems like the set's never going to end.
Really?
That's why I get off as soon as I get the light at the store. I don't fuck around. Like, I'm happy to get the fuck out of there.
You feel like that, really?
Yeah. It's crazy. There's some rooms that just make me...
like, how long am I up here?
Yeah. Where was I recently where time is forever?
Yeah.
It's for fucking ever. You're like, Jesus Christ. Like the first night at Levity in Oxnard, the guy made a mistake. He gave me a light at an hour.
Yeah.
So at an hour, I'm like, I'm out of fucking material here.
Yeah.
I didn't know it, but I knew it. I'm like, I'm dead.
Yeah.
And finally he gives me a light, and I close up, and I get off stage, and they're like, you did an hour 20. And I'm like, no, I didn't. They're like, yeah, you did. The guy gave you the light at an hour. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, trying to kill me up here?
That's the worst. Because if you give me a light at 40, at least I know the light, by the way, for people at home listening, is a light that the soundboard gives you to let you know how much time you got left. Most comics want to do an hour, so they get a light at 50, letting them know they have 10 minutes to wrap it up, So I usually like a light at 40, so I could take 20 to wrap it up, because you're usually in the middle of a fucking segment, 5 to get out of that, and then a 15-minute closure, and you're the fuck out of there.
Yep.
But when they stretch that, and they're not paying attention, and something's not right on stage. You're like, something's not right on fucking stage.
Yeah.
This time is going a little different here. You know it. You feel it.
Why don't you guys have a clock on the stage? Like it seems like I've never seen a comic really get off. Like would you if that in that scenario, if it hit an hour 30 and still no light, would you just been like good night and be like I did an hour?
Yes, I'm watching the waitresses.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm watching the waitresses coming back and giving change. If I see the waitresses giving change, I'm in the vicinity to get the fuck off the stage.
Right, okay, that makes sense.
Because they don't want them sitting there if they can't drink.
Yep. Check drops happen.
That's why they ask you how much time you're doing. That's why when a comic goes into a club and tells the soundboard guy, I'm going to do an hour, then he does 2 hours and 30 minutes, the club is furious. We don't care if you do 2 hours and 30 minutes, but let us know.
Yep.
Because then the people sit there for an hour with no drinks, because then now they got to reopen the fucking credit card.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's why clubs get mad when certain people come in and do 5 hours or 3 hours or 2 hours, because it throws their clientele off.
Yeah.
So the timing, I can't imagine, and the bigger the theater, the bigger your response to laughter back to your punchline.
Yep.
So for people at home, if you go see a comic in a theater and you go see a comedian at a comedy club and you go, wow, it was 2 different shows, because that time, there's 2,200 seats in comparison to 260 seats. And there's all this fucking air to cover. And believe it or not, the laughter is a little slower.
Yeah.
Like if it's laughter that goes from beginning to back, you have to count 3 before you hit them with the second joke. It's a very interesting concept. First 5 times you do theaters, you're in limbo.
Yeah.
You really are in limbo until you pick that whole thing up. And I think the first person who spoke about it was, I think, Kennison. spoke about it on an interview or something, and that's when I thought about it. I go, that's right. Your timing is different in theaters. It's a really interesting concept. Who gives a fuck? You people at home going, Joey, I'm a plumber. What do I give a fuck about timing in an auditorium?
It's true, though. I mean, it's just timing in life. You know what I mean? Like, learn timing on any kind of thing. I remember when I was doing the first one I was going to do with Russell Peters, it was like 10,000. And I called Marin in the parking lot at the store. You know, I was like, fuck, man, tomorrow I'm doing... So I call him up. I go, hey, man, I'm doing like that 10,000 seater tomorrow. And I remember he's like, oh, you got this, man. And he goes, but remember one thing. Go slow. And I was like, go slow. And he goes, yeah, when you think the laughs are done, they're not even close.
No,
yeah?
that's why.
Yeah. And
so you're stepping on your own material.
Yeah, I'm so glad he told me, because what happens is the first 3 or 4 rows are the laughs you hear, but they're not even, you know, it's not even close yet to being done.
It's a journey and a half. And you know, your milestones are your CDs or your specials or whatever. Nobody ever gave me a special. So for a guy like me, you gotta start at CDs, whether you're fucking... The first CD I taped was at the 3 clubs.
Yeah?
Yeah, on a Tuesday night.
That's a great
60
room.
people. Then the second one I taped was with this guy that died, God bless his soul, good comic. He would do them at the Laugh Factory, and they'd give you $33 a minute.
$33 a minute?
Yeah, so let's say you did 2 hours,
Yeah.
but they kept an hour, it was $33 a minute.
Wow.
That's what they pay you that, and like
flat
$500
rate?
bucks. Yeah, and they give you 50 CDs when the CD came out, and then the rest of them you had to buy from them.
Wow.
I took the 50, I never bought a dime from them again. They kept hawking me. Aren't you going to buy more? Fuck you. You sell them. So now when you go to truck stops, they still have them at truck stops all over
shit.
Texas, Louisiana, the Midwest.
What was it called?
I fucking forget.
I wish it was called that.
I
fucking forget.
And, you know, he took pictures and shit. He never okayed them with me.
Yeah.
You know, it's like one day I get this thing in the mail. It's my finished CD. I was pissed. I'm like, you never gave me an okay. Like, he took the pictures and he disappeared.
Wow.
I thought he was going to call back and go, those pictures were ridiculous. No, all of a sudden it's a picture of me with 2 chicks on the cover on a fucking Blue album. That's what it's called. The Blue album.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. How many CDs you got out?
The Blue album, Live from the 3 of Spades.
3 of Spades.
Whatever the
Three
fuck
clubs,
it is.
yeah.
3 clubs.
3 of Spades.
Either You or the Priest.
Yep.
Pussy with Asthma.
Yep.
Savage Dad.
5.
And then this
6.
one now. Yeah.
6, man. That's fucking dope.
I'm at the point of we sold our soul for rock and roll. It's the 6th album.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's
Yeah.
the 6th album.
Yep.
What was Zeppelin's 6th album?
Presents? Was it Presents? Let's see. You got Zeppelin 1, 2, 3. Then you got the 4.
Houses of the Holy.
Then Houses of the Holy. Yeah, Presents.
Wow. Those are all good albums.
And then In Through the Outdoor. And then Coda.
No, you have Physical Graffiti in there, too.
Oh, yeah. Fuck. I almost forgot about
Physical
that.
Graffiti 6.
Oh, 6. There you go. Yeah, I
Physical
forgot
Graffiti
about
6.
that one completely. Yeah.
You know, you and I have a weird taste for music. You're more obscure, but your fundamentals and my fundamentals of music are pretty similar. So we have something to work with. I have friends that their fundamentals of music and my fundamentals of music are completely different. And I never fucking thought about it. I never thought about it at all. You and I have had countless conversations about music, and you're out of town. And a few weeks ago, I'm in my office, and I go, Jesus Christ, not only does it smell in here, but it's dirty. Like, it's dirty.
Yeah.
So I unplugged the speakers, the headphones, and I was scrolling, and I go, what can I play that I haven't played in a long time? And I go, you know what, let me put on Power Rage, which was always a classic with me. It's AC/DC's, I think, 4th album.
Yep.
I think released in like 77 or 78. Maybe.
78.
And just great songs on there. You know, a couple songs I had to stop and re-listen to and go, wow, it's been a long time since I heard this. And then I was outside, you know, taking garbage out and sweeping, whatever the fuck I was doing in there. And YouTube automatically switches to the next album if you don't stop it. And all of a sudden I hear Go Down by AC/DC. And I'm listening to this and I'm thinking about high school and sophomore year, and no, I'm thinking about like freshman year, and all of a sudden, I don't know what the order is on that Dog Eat Dog.
Yeah.
And then it's something else after that. And I think by the third song, I had to actually go in, start the album, go to my bathroom in the back, go outside, spark a bowl, and I went back in, and I got a notebook, and I sat down, and nobody was home. It was like a rare time, and I listened to all 8 or 9 songs on this album.
Yeah.
And you don't have to flip it over like at home with an album or with a CD.
Right.
So by the 6th song, I actually had to stop, go get tissues, blow my nose, and control my emotions.
Oh, man.
I was angry with myself for various reasons. I was angry with myself because I had forgotten about this album.
Yeah.
I was happy because this album was like the fucking it's like the 4 faces of the president.
Yeah. Oh, Rushmore.
This is like one of my Rushmores on my casket.
Totally.
This album really fucking, like, I loved Highway to Hell, and I loved Power Rage, and I loved TNT, High Voltage, but Let There Be Rock just has something. It has a different feel to it. You know, a great woman once told me that the reason why she enjoyed Zeppelin and AC/DC was because in every album they grew.
Yeah.
There was a different sound. Everybody likes a certain band and a certain album because of a different sound they had. And that shows you the power of that fucking band.
Yep.
Which today we don't have no more. We don't have that strength and ferocity. You're going to cover some bands that you said you've watched lately. But that 6-album, 7-album Tenacious, to show up 7 times with masterpieces
Yep.
and change your sound around a little bit is the real brand, whether it's comedy or music. It's the real brand of what the fuck we do here.
Growing.
You know? You're growing, you know. But you see the growth from fucking whatever the second album is, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap.
Well, you got, if you start in the States, it starts with High Voltage.
High Voltage.
And then it goes into Let There Be Rock. But if you go like
traditional,
European,
right.
Yeah, it's like TNT.
Right.
You know, and you got High Voltage, you got Dirty Deeds, then you got the Let There Be Rock, you got Power Rage, then you got Highway to Hell, you know.
Well, you know, I always talk about Floyd having those 4 power albums. Zeppelin had those 4 power albums. This album is part of those 4 power albums.
It's insane.
Like it just kicks off a barrage of death. It's this, Power Rage, and Highway to Hell,
It's unbelievable.
which kick off a barrage of fucking death.
Is it just like the amount of good songs? Like, what are you guys talking about?
I'm talking about the guitars, the music, the lyrics. Light it up, dog. Light
Yeah.
this fucking thing up. You're talking about them having, everything is different. The songs are written from actual fucking stories that happened to the band. They had a singer by the name of Bon Scott, God rest his soul, that was one of the last true savages. Like, his style of living has died. It died with Lemmy. You know, these are guys that smoked and drank till the end. They never gave up. This was their life. This is who they were. They drank. They did. You know, I could go to YouTube, but I want to sit here with you guys for a second. And even though the music is on low,
I don't think the speaker's on, buddy. I think if you wanted to.
what speaker? It's not on?
That sounds a bit. What is it? Maybe it's changing songs.
Here we go. Yeah. Dog Eat Dog.
You know, all these songs, and it's like, it goes from Go Down, Dog Eat Dog, what comes next?
And then it's then you go Let There Be Rock, my favorite.
Let That Be Rock,
Then Bad Boy Boogie.
and Bad Boy Boogie. There's a guitar part in Bad Boy Boogie
Yeah.
that I think is one of the most brilliant guitar pieces. Right before Bon Scott says, I was born to be to the day I die, whatever.
Yeah.
Just 2 lyrics that spook your fucking spine.
Yeah.
Like all your neck hairs stand up. You know what I'm saying?
I love that when he comes in. On the day I was born, the rain fell down.
Yeah. No. And it's brilliant writing. You know, the other side has one of my all-time... Listen, if I got to judge my all-time favorite AC/DC songs, number 1 is Give Me a Bullet to Bite On.
Oh, yeah.
That's number 1. That, to me, the lyrics, the content, what he's talking about, it's coming from a real place. If you know anything about Bon Scott. Number 2, walk all over you and touch too much, destroy me. Night Prowler destroys my insides. What's on Power Raids is a song called something about the moon.
Oh, what's next to the moon?
What's next to the moon? Just pure brilliance. If you Rock and Roll Damnation. What's the other one? Not Sin City, but there's another one on there. On Power Rage.
You got fucking
Riff Raff.
Yeah, Riff
Raff. This is just classic
Yeah.
guitar stuff. Now for this album here, this is a great jam, but it warms you up to hit it with Let There Be Rock.
Oh, God damn.
And just the statement that they were making. If you look at the album cover, it doesn't even look real. It looks like a kid in kindergarten cut a picture out around them and put it on a fucking thing.
Okay, here we go.
So you were really into like the whole experience, like the whole band, from the people in it to what they were wearing to.
I didn't give a fuck what they were wearing.
No,
I didn't give a
care
fuck
about
what
that?
they looked like. I wanted them to make me feel something. When I go to a concert, doesn't matter. Lee, you like the Jews that jump up and down.
Right, yeah.
You know why you like them? Because they make you feel something.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay? I think that the DJ and all that stuff, and today, like, I can't go to a show to watch a DJ spin. But I'm 54 years old.
Right.
I'm an old man. That's not what I cover. I want to see this. I want to see 4 guys, 5 guys go up to the stage and create this. When I was talking to Dean about it on the phone, he made a great point that this album is dirty.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what what the story is on this record is punk rock hits in 77.
Look how dirty this is. This is dirty, people. They're Australian. And it's Chuck Berry on steroids.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And so here's the story. Punk rock's big in 77. AC/DC's playing quite a bit in London. They realize, well, we're not a punk band, but we need to keep up with this. So they write dirty, fast rock like this song here. This is so fucking fast. When you think about it, listen, it's just you know what I mean? It's hauling ass. And you could see they were playing with punk bands, right there in London. So this keeps up with it right away compared to the High Voltage where it's like, like blues rock, Poker Face was her name. Poker Face, like the Jack, it's kind of bluesy. This is like straight punch to the face. Get the fuck out of the pit, man. Here we come,
A lot of times you come on here and we talk about different things. I talk about if Leonard Skinner wouldn't have died, where music would have gone. The other day I'm listening to this and I'm like, what would have happened if Bon Scott would have lived? Because Back in Black would have been a completely different album.
Oh, man.
And it was already written when he died. It was already ready to go. It was
that
in the
shit
box,
was ready.
Ready to tape.
Yeah.
I can't imagine how Hell's Bells would sound with Bon Scott.
Yeah, right? And Have a Drink on Me is such a Bond thing, Have a drink on me. It's so Bond, And that fucking, also just Back in Black, the actual track. Hit the sack, been too long, glad to be back. It's just so incredible. Like, it would have been insane with him. Because that record sold more records. It's up there with Thriller and the Eagles, So it's like, imagine with him. Like, whoa, crazy.
It was crazy. Like, I lived through all this. Like, this is not something that, like, I still remember it was a fucking cold day. And I did acid with this dude, John Crowley and Louis Castellito, right? And it was freezing, fucking freezing. And we went to this park and, oh my God, we just did so many. That kid, John Crowley, he's like a kid's illustrator today.
Oh, yeah?
But he used to be top-notch entertainment whenever you did drugs. Like, he could just bust you up.
Yeah.
From picking up a cone with ants on it and eating it in front of 200 people. Like, he had no fear about nothing.
Yeah.
But this one day, he took his dick out and got on top of a tree stump that everybody sees as he's making this turn. And every time people were driving past him, he would wave at them with his dick out. And we're on acid, laughing our asses off. But the main thing was that we found out that night that Bon Scott died on my birthday.
Man.
It was like my 17th birthday when he died.
Yeah.
So
I was in junior high.
you know, nobody knows nothing about nothing in those days. We had Cream Magazine, like I mentioned with you and Jimmy Florentine.
Yeah.
There was no internet.
No.
There was no videos of AC/DC rehearsing.
There's no
And
Twitter.
And all of a sudden, one day out of nowhere, like people like, bro, we got tickets for AC/DC. You going? I'm like, I thought the guy died. Like he replaced him. The guy sounds the same. It's tremendous. And again, it was one of those nights where we took a bus over. We got coke from Jack Finn. Me and Kurt DiLorenzo, God bless his soul.
Yeah.
We were in Weehawken and we got coke from this guy Jack Flynn. I told this story on here. We went over there and the coke was amazing.
Oh.
Like it was cocaine, like 1980.
Yeah.
Pablo Escobar.
Florida.
No speed.
Yeah.
Eyeballs would get red. You know, the alcohol really wouldn't hit your body. The coke would just clean it up before it would start creeping.
Yeah.
But it was hot. It was August 1st
Oh.
of 1980 when they showed up, and it was hot.
Yeah.
Was it 80 or 81?
80.
80.
80.
It was hot, hot. The tour had started in Philly on July 31st, so we caught them early, straight out the box.
Yeah.
August 1st, and at the Palladium, which is not a garden or a Meadowlands. It's a theater. And Def Leppard opened up for them on the fucking... This is when...
High and Dry?
High and Dry.
Yeah.
No, remember, High and Dry was released like in 81,
Yeah.
but it didn't hit.
Yeah, they had the one before it. They had the
On Through the
Night.
Night. On Through the Night.
Yeah. So they're waiting for it to drop. They're probably out touring, you know. That's
So
how bands did it.
Here they fucking... We went, and AC/DC with Brian Scott that night
Yeah.
was masterful.
Oh, yeah.
I was there. I saw it. I saw the damage they did. I know how I felt when I left there, like blown the fuck away, coked out, drunk. In those days, we used to drink Nips.
Yeah.
But if I was with Kurt, we'd drink Here's Two Good Friends.
Yeah.
Lowenbrow.
Oh,
Lowenbrow Nips.
Remember Michelob?
Yeah, Michelob, too.
I would go to Mickey's Big Mouth.
I had a friend that was shaped like a Michelob bottle. Timmy Holloway. Remember Timmy Holloway? my friend Roger.
Shaped like a Michelob.
No.
Oh.
These guys, the Tabascos,
Yeah.
were this family that lived next to the Runnies, and they had 5 kids, and one looked like Eddie Van Halen, one was a biker, one was Guy, who's Mike Goomba, one was, I forget the one guy's name, that's kind of like a swear, and then there's the one guy that's a cop, and he's shaped funny.
He's shaped funny.
Sounds like the Village People.
Shaped like a Michelob bottle.
They're each completely different.
That sounds like a Beastie
Teddy,
Boys line, right?
Teddy, Guy, Jesus Christ, what the fuck? That's right in the tip of my tongue. But anyway, the one that was the cop had a funny looking body. So Roger used to always call him a Michelob bottle.
It's shaped like a Michelob
He used to
bottle.
say, your brother. You know, Timmy.
Yeah.
Timmy, the guy that you met. from
Yeah,
New
yeah,
Jersey,
yeah.
His older brother is a fucking Eddie Murphy dude.
Wow.
Like, I'll put him up with Eddie Murphy.
No shit.
Even today, born again Christian, half who bots,
Yeah.
he's still naturally funny on the phone. And that's what he, you know. What the fuck we talking about?
We're talking about Brian
Your
Johnson.
friend that looked like a...
A Michelob bottle.
Yeah, drinking Nips
And he would
at the AC/DC.
and he would. I go, how long you been out here? I was out here for like 4 minutes. That fucking Michelob bottle wanted to talk to me for like that's how he'd refer to him.
Michelob
that fucking
bottle.
Michelob bottle.
Hilarious. That Michelob. I was just thinking about that. I was trying to work on a bit where, you know, everybody wants bullying gone, and it's like there's not going to be any good nicknames anymore. You know, like Buck Teeth Sam, you know, and Laser Breath Linda. All these great nicknames. People aren't going to enjoy those anymore.
No.
Well, they're a lot worse now. Those are like...
But I'm just saying, you know.
Kids would make fun of you now if you tried to call them Laser Breath Linda. They like kids have the internet now. They're probably ruthless.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is no nicknames will be around anymore because they'll be like, that's bullying. You know what I mean? But nicknames are going to be gone, right?
If you don't have a nickname, you're really not loved.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Wow.
My mother pointed that
That's
out.
a great-
I fucking hated the name Coco.
Yeah.
When I was old enough to live in Manhattan, like when I was living on 88th Street, when I was about 6 or 7,
Yeah.
I did not like the name fucking Coco, but I had another predicament. I didn't like the name Jose either.
Yeah.
So I started thinking about it. Like, well, wait a second. My name is Antonio. I'll just call myself Tony.
Yeah.
So I even got a ring made, Tony. I had Tony put on everything. I was like fucking Tony. Tony, Tony. That was it.
Yeah.
And my mother's like, Jose Antonio. And I would go, no, my name is Tony. And she would go, you know what, Tony, go fuck yourself. Your name is Jose Antonio. Fucking Tony. I started calling myself Tony.
Tony.
It looked like you were channeling Tony in that headshot the Comedy Store put up the other night. Did you see that?
Yeah, I love that with the glasses.
Let me tell you guys,
Yeah.
I moved here on a fucking Monday.
Yep.
And I had to take that picture on a Thursday.
Yeah. Because people are like, you got a headshot.
Yeah, you got
right
a
away.
headshot, you got a headshot, you got a headshot, you got a headshot. Some guy that was a friend of a friend's
Yeah.
took those pictures, and the glasses were the chicks I was dating.
Unbelievable.
I said, just let me borrow them for the
No
headshot.
way.
Yeah, it's a comedy headshot.
Yeah.
It's not a theatrical headshot.
Yeah. Well, I love, that's one thing I love about the store. Right now they're rebuilding the bathrooms, and we got to get those headshots back up because it really gives it that sense of history in there. Because, like, even when you look at early ones of Ari Shaffir or early ones of, Steve Renazzi, all these guys from years ago, and you're like, whoa, look at how, like they're almost straight looking.
It shows you what we looked like the before picture.
Yeah, the before.
And then you look at us now. This is 20 years of getting lied to, smoke blown up your ass.
Yeah, Hollywood abuse.
Hollywood abuse. This is what you look like.
Is that why all headliners seem to have like very like depressed looking headshots? All like every headliner has like a serious headshot.
You know, I look at that headshot. I looked at that last night. I lost that headshot. That was in the car when my apartment got fucking towed.
That was just a headshot you had.
Your apartment got
I had a
towed, your
different
car.
headshot. But at that time, I always saved 5 or 6 headshots
Right.
for you don't know what the fuck it's gonna be. And I looked at that headshot, and I thought of one thing, that I wasn't as old as I thought I was when I moved here.
Yeah.
I was still a young fucking kid, man. When I moved here, I was 33 years old. Plain and simple.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I was a fucking young man. And in my mind, in Hollywood's mind at that time, that's fucking old.
Yeah.
That's fucking old. Like, boy, you're long in the tooth. You gotta lose weight.
Yeah.
You know.
I don't know what we can do with you.
Yeah, it was kind of fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I never took that to any of them. I didn't give a fuck what they had to say to me. It really never mattered.
Oh, yeah. I got a funny-ass story for you, Joe. You're going to love this more than... I've had no manager, 7 years, no agent. So I do the Ontario Improv a couple weeks ago. Do some good numbers, And then I do the San Jose Improv. Do some pretty good numbers. And then I'm, got this record coming out. So there's some... Twitter stuff going, and some management people call me up. Just cold call out of nowhere. I'm sitting on my couch. I don't know this number. It's a conference call. 2 managers, and they said, "Hey, it's such and such and such and such. We just wanted to talk to you. We've been, saw you did some good stuff coming up and doing some things, and." We want to know what you got going on. You got a manager? I go, no, I haven't had a manager in the whole time. And they go, well, why do you think that is? And I go, well, I'm 51. It's not an easy road. Nobody knows. Yeah, that's going to be work. And what are you going to do? Get 10% of my 1,500 on a weekend? Nobody's going to want to do that. And they go, well, we got such and such and such and such, and we're really interested. Can you send over some clips? And I don't have any clips, but I had a good 30 I just shot at the La Jolla. So I sent it over. I don't hear nothing from them, right? You're going to love this. I get an email today. Now, take in mind, they cold called me, right? They cold called me looking to manage me. When I sent them the video over, they sent back to me this answer right here. You're going to love it. Appreciate the follow-up. We enjoyed your stand-up, but at this time, we don't think we have the bandwidth to start working together and do what needs to be done when launching a client. We like to assure you we love to be 120% when we work with someone. We couldn't honestly offer you that right now. Wish you the best. They make it look like I contacted them I didn't even first of all, don't bullshit to say I don't like your comedy or we don't know what to do with you, but they made it look like I contacted them and they don't have the time.
You got rejected for a job you didn't apply for.
Exactly.
Which is fucked up.
I'm like, you should have just said, you know what, we don't really dig this. Isn't that hilarious?
You know me, I don't want to embarrass nobody. About 8-9 years ago, before the podcast game even came along.
Yeah.
I get a call from you ever get a call from an assistant?
Oh yeah,
like an agent's assistant.
And they go, "Hi, it's a such and such." I love that.
And she goes, "Listen, one of my clients would like to speak with you about an opportunity." I go, "Okay, who's your client?" They tell me. I go, "Yeah, in the back of my mind, I've seen this guy around town 10 times. You're more than happy to call me." So they go, "Okay, we're gonna loop him in." He loops in. "Hey, Joey, what's up? Last time I saw you, you're really funny. I couldn't stick around. I wanted to ask you something. Are you being managed right now?"
Yeah.
And I go, "No, I got nothing." He goes, "Listen, man, there's a manager at my manager's office that fucking thinks you're great, that he loves the character. He worked with characters for 8 years over at such and such agency. He thinks he could really kick your acting career going."
Yeah.
I go, "That would be great. This is fucking amazing." I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Today's my lucky day. No more fucking shitty agents.
Yeah.
They're a managing, acting, fucking the real deal. Like, these guys just have like a bunch of fucking names. So I call the guy and he's like, "Oh my God, it's a pleasure. Da, 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 da. You don't understand. I've taken guys like you, this guy, and they're fucking again." I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
This seems a little weird. He goes, "Again, what do you have on hand?" I go, "I got a reel. I got this, I got that, I got this. Let me send it over to you and get this started." He goes, "Yeah, let's get this work going." A week goes by, 2 weeks goes by,
Yeah.
3 weeks goes by.
Yeah.
Finally, you know me, dog. I'm a Cuban Jew. I got to pick up the phone.
That's exactly what happened to me.
I pick up the fucking phone and I dial the phone and I ask for him. And there's a long pause and he can't talk right now. Is it okay if he calls you back? And sure enough, the next day he called and he told me that at this time, man, me and my partners discussed it. And I got to tell you something. I could see you doing great things, but it would be a long haul for us.
Yeah.
We're so busy with this and this. And then why did you make this poor fucking actor call me and embarrass himself?
Yeah.
Like, it's just, and this is 6 or 7 times.
Yeah.
You know, last week I met with a guy that as a friend, but we were exchanging stories, and I told him when I was shooting The Longest Yard that at one time, what's his name? The black crazy guy in The Longest Yard. You know, he got hit by a fucking Kmart truck.
Oh, Tracy Morgan.
Tracy Morgan, in the process of that, had left 3 yards, and he signed with a management called Handprint. And years ago, out of the fucking blue, "Lee, you ready?"
I'm ready.
I got a call from one of the kids I grew up with. And he goes, "Joe, you got a minute?" I go, "No." He goes, "Listen, there's a guy in L.A. that he wants to help you."
Yeah.
I go, "What are you talking about? You're a fucking longshoreman." He goes, "I'm telling you, his father works on the docks and he always talks about you. His son's seen you in L.A. He knows you're from Jersey. And he's a big-time manager. Like, we think he handles Jennifer Lopez." I'm like, "What?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, this has to be bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
Sure enough, he goes, "Can he contact you or you want to contact him?" He goes, "You know what, I'll contact him." He goes, "I'll call you back in an hour." Calls me back, gives me the guy's number. I call him up, Bob, "Joey, how are you? Oh my God, I'm so happy. Listen, Jersey loves Jersey. Jersey loves Jersey. Let's do this."
Yeah.
He's like, "Dog, I love you, And this is like after Spider-Man 2,
Yeah.
before The Longest Yard. And he's talking me up, "When is your next showcase?" I go, "When do you want it to be?"
Yeah.
He goes, "How about Thursday at 8? Thursday it is. Let me call you right back. Improv, can we do it? Yeah, it's for this and stuff." Yeah, that's who Tracy Morgan left 3 yards for.
Right.
He shows up, and sure enough, 2 days later, you know what, man? We work with comics that are a little bit more high caliber than you. But you just called all the way to New Jersey to call my friend.
Yeah.
So don't ever feel bad.
Not at all.
That kind of shit happens all the time.
Isn't that crazy, Joey?
It's crazy.
I mean, they called me.
And people at home are like, "What the fuck? Is that the way that business is?" Yes. We had a manager on here maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And off camera, he spoke very highly of you.
Of me.
And he said, like a Dean Delray. And it's funny, Dean, because I don't ever want people to get the wrong concept, but I got to tell you something. If there's one person, there's a couple of people doing it the right way today. You see all the people who succeed, and then you see all the underlings like myself, Dean, Tom. We're just striving to just get. But we all share the same thing. That the funny thing about this town is you could be the funniest guy in the world, but if people aren't coming to your shows, that doesn't get the machine going.
Nope.
The machine is all based on that. For years, Dean Delray, I did not know this.
Yeah.
Because in the world, the proof is in the pudding. People have to come out and see you. They have to come out to support you. That spreads the word. Anything else is obsolete.
Doesn't matter.
And
it's all money.
And once you're
Butts
out
in
of
the
that
seats.
public eye, it's funny how you could be doing this, that. If they can't get a way to make money out of you,
Yeah.
they will not sign you. I had this discussion a couple of weeks ago with a young open micer who I think took offense to our conversation because I explained the truth to him.
Yeah.
That these people do not want to have contact with you till you're getting paid. And they want to come along and get paid, and then you become their best friend. And everything that happened the 20 years before that is forgiven.
Yeah. Totally.
Is forgiven. And sometimes you go, Joey, why did you forgive that guy? Because you know what? I got a mouse to feed.
Yeah.
And I don't have time to argue with somebody over talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
About, why didn't you put me in that movie 8 years ago? Who gives a fuck? The movie was a flop anyway.
Yeah. Bird told me the greatest thing. He said, you're going to get a lot of no's all the way up. And he goes, but you're going to get there. I can feel it. And when you do, don't give all those no's a fuck you. Because it's nothing personal. It's just business.
No, you can't come into that life at that time.
Yeah.
They have no space for you at that life. And this happens with music. It's all the same. Listen, this goes back, how I said 1,000 times, to the Mafia concept. On Friday, at the end of the week, whoever shows up with the biggest envelope could get away with the most. I'm watching a show the other night about heroin in Montreal. Just the other night, I get home from Flappers, or I think it was Saturday, the Ice House. And you don't want to start nothing. It's fucking 10 after 11.
Yeah.
You don't have time to put 2 hours in. You want to be in bed by midnight. You want to get up on the Lord's Day early and eat that quinoa oatmeal. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Quinoa oatmeal. And
Quinoa.
so it was like 11:20, and I had told him, I go, yeah, midnight. I did the CBD oil. So I got to stay up for an hour anyway before I fall asleep. And there's this thing about the Montreal Mafia.
Wow.
And how they hired the bikers to do all the work for them. Like they hired the Hells Angels, and that guy, the boss of the Hells Angels, was a savage up there. Car bombs and fucking blowing people up and shit. But they distributed the heroin that came in from Ying Yingville.
Right.
And then they would get it in fucking in
China
Montreal, and then they would send half of that load to New York, to the Bonanno crime family. And it's really interesting that you watch all these TV shows and you read all this, you deal, you die, and all that. All that shit was bullshit, because at the end of the week, if Lee's struggling to give me $10,000 and you give me $75,000, even if I know you're selling drugs, I'm taking that money.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where'd you get the money from. How much you give me from the drug operation? $30,000. I'm not gonna take that money. Take that out of the bag. No.
Yeah.
So they all became, like, at the end of the day, they were all dealing drugs.
Yeah.
Everybody knew to stay afloat, to really line your pockets with real money. They found out years later, after Paul Castellano, that even the underboss, that dude, had a heroin smuggling operation in South Jersey.
That's the whole thing Godfather's about. He didn't want to do drugs. They're like, dude, you're an old man. The booze and the prostitution is over. It's all about drugs. That's the whole story, That's where the big, quick money is.
And it's funny how there's a hypocrisy. It's the same hypocrisy in music probably, and it's the stand-up comedy. You could work your ass off. You could be a funny person. But until you start filling those seats, they really don't pay attention to you.
Yeah.
They refuse to pay attention to you. Then they jump on the bandwagon, and they have options of how to teach you how to sell more seats or venues or things like that. That's what an agent does. But in the beginning, I've said this 1,000 times, there's not much people could do for you. You know, you're friends with Burr. You're friends with Mark Maron. You know, do you think Mark Maron just grabbed you and put you in the show just because you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, he gave you a few episodes the same way he gave me.
Yeah, yeah.
But people think like, oh, let me just call Mark and shit. You
Yeah.
ever go on the road and people come up to you and go, tell Mark to put you in more episodes.
Oh, I love that one.
Let me call Mark right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Or they always say this one, you ought to be out in Toledo. You ought to come to Jersey. You ought to come. I go, dude, I'll go anywhere. Until I put butts in the seats, the clubs know. They go, this guy's filling rooms. Get him immediately. The phone starts ringing.
The phone starts ringing.
Yeah.
I feel bad. I get those things too to go with Joey, but like Joey can't fly me across the country just to take edibles and sit in the green room. I mean, it'd be great, but that's like you can't just do that. But is it also going back to what you were talking about with the agents and stuff? Is that why, especially with you, you're very not that you take as much you want to strike while the iron's hot because you know as soon as you stop putting people in the seats, they're gonna drop you too. Like, is that always in the back of your mind? Just
No. Never. Listen, once you're as poor and you struggled for as long as I did doing comedy and survived, because I survived life under different terrains. I survived through a valley of drug dealers. I survived through a valley of loan sharks.
Yeah. Couches.
You
Bad food.
know, you got to remember where this animal was fucking caged all those years and who he was dealing with. So when I came out here, I can't say I got starstruck, but I respected people who were bigger criminals than the criminals I grew up with because they're criminals of talent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They just wheel and deal talent.
Yeah.
There's some people who do it because they really enjoy stand-up. They really, really enjoy it. They really enjoy it. There's some people who put you through a process. They take you, they groom you a little bit, and then you're out there. You're out there till you're fucking dead.
Yeah.
You know, which for some people is great. But somewhere in there, you have to take control of what's going on. And go, this is my parameters, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what I'm not going to do. And that's where the success comes. If you look at one guy who did that from the beginning, it was a guy named Daniel Tosh.
Oh, man.
Daniel Tosh is a strict businessman motherfucker. When you hire Daniel Tosh at 40 minutes, he's a memory.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
40 minutes. He doesn't do a minute over or a minute under.
And he's on that private jet
He's
to the
on
next
that private
city.
jet to the next fucking city. He's a business dude. He's very stern with his business, and it's worked out for him that ways. That's what you have to do at times. Sometimes you're going to go bang heads with your management and your agency. But if you believe it and your conviction is strong enough and you prove it to them, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You know, again, I'm 54 and I feel it.
Yeah, I constantly look at you as the, like inspiration. You know, like when I got that email, I was just like, yeah, it doesn't bother me because I just did a record and I'm working. You know what I mean? You came to me and it's like, I'm working tomorrow no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
First of all, I always thought a manager was somebody you had to love.
Yeah.
Okay. I always thought a manager was the type of person that would come up to you and go, Dean Delray, Joe Diaz, how are you? Nice to meet you. Dean, you're a great guy. I'm watching you on stage. I hear nothing but great things about you. I really like to work with you. But at this level, there's nothing I could do. I have a girl that books comedy guys for people. She books this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. I'd like to get your resume started in acting. You know, maybe get some ticket sales, put a couple CDs out, specials. Blah, 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 blah. Let's work together for 6 months. No contract. You can leave whenever the fuck you want. You pay when I get you. If I don't get it for you, you don't pay. If your agent calls you with a movie and you get $22 million, if I didn't get it for you, you don't pay me. Cool? And in those 90 days, I work a little harder for you.
Yeah.
I tell you a little more than first. I call you and go, it's kind of dead out there. I've made some calls, but I've made big time calls. Like I've called in favors from friends that have a show for voice, or because at the end of the day, it's all the same. You know what I'm saying? It's who makes the call.
Yeah.
So if you're a good manager, you should have 3 contacts that I could call right now to get the ball going to impress you.
Totally, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Totally.
So I spoke to my friends over at Bill Burr's show. You know Bill Burr? Yeah, you know Bill from the store.
Yeah, F is for family.
Yeah, F is for family. I got you 3 episodes. You're going to play the garbage man down the block, okay? Because he knows that one guy over there, and he pushed you, and he pushed you, and he pushed you. You may not know Burr, but he pushed you. It's not up to Burr or whatever. He knows people at Netflix. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Then he'll call like a theater somewhere and get you in there for one night for more money than you've ever dreamed of. For like $1,800 cash and a plane ticket.
Yeah.
And then he'll call and go, do you have an agent? And you'll go, no. You go, all right, I'm going to email you something, print it, take that over tomorrow to CAA. Go talk to my friend Matt Frost over at CAA. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Frosty.
Yeah, you follow how.
Yeah.
That's how a manager, now you're impressed.
And you're like, whoa, just in 3 weeks. I got a theater, I'm on F is for family, I got an agent. Then you're like, wow, this is real.
Now guess what?
Yeah.
When you get that call from Mark Maron and he takes you on the road and he pays you the good money for theater money, who are you going to pay a commission to when you get back?
You're the manager.
With pride.
Heck yeah.
Here you go. And take 100. Go get yourself a haircut. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you know they're real. And that's how you build that bond. Number 2, how can you do what you're doing lately? I'm watching you.
Yeah.
I've been watching you lately. And I could see somebody else, like 2 or 3 other people have mentioned you, what you're doing, which is very smart. You know what? Listen, you're 51. That means you got 1 foot in the grave, 1 a banana peel.
Yep.
You shouldn't even do jumping jacks before lunchtime. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just in case.
Yeah.
Because our percentages are a little higher now.
Yeah.
We're over 50.
Yeah.
But right now, you're going for the juggler.
Yeah.
You're not dicking around with movie or commercials. You said, fuck it, I'm going for a clientele. I want to let people know they come for an hour, they get a great show, blah, 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 blah. When I'm not doing this, I'm learning with Bill Burr and Mark Maron and Joey and fucking Jim Jeffries and, Eliza, or whoever the fuck says to you want to go on the road and work, which is the best education you could do. I did it for years.
Totally.
I headlined shitty rooms for fucking years, and I'd open up for Joe. There's no ego there. I don't have no fucking ego. I don't give a fuck.
I love
the
opening.
ego is the fucking bank book. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm paying my bills. I'm paying rent. I'm eating. I'm smoking reefer. I'm not fucking Kevin Hart.
You're doing it.
I'm not Kevin Hart, but I'm fucking making a living, which ain't bad. You're going to put the other side on while me and Lee and another star?
Yeah.
Lee don't look high enough today. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know if Lee needs another fucking bonk in the death.
I'm high as fuck. I don't look high?
Not at all.
Okay. Fuck it.
You don't look high at all. It's time for you to see the devil.
The spots haven't come out yet tonight?
No, Spotty, you took the medication.
Yeah.
You took the Spotty medication.
Yeah. Yes.
This is side fucking 2 of the classic Let There Be Rock. The backside of this is Angus Young with like a weird light color, like a
amber,
like an almond color light.
With that lip kicked up, the SG, the schoolboy suit. You look at it and you go, oh, there it is right there. Like he just came on, He's still got all the outfit on.
Now, you and I have had discussions about bands before.
Yeah.
And because for a week, I listened to this album.
Yeah.
And I broke down every song, and I thought about it, and I wrote jokes while I listened to it, and I spoke on the phone to people when I had it on low, and I send certain videos to certain friends of mine on Facebook, like, think about this, motherfucker.
Yeah.
How good is this shit?
Yeah.
How many nights did we listen to fucking overdose on you and the fucking this? I realized something. Then I started watching a couple Brian Johnson videos, and I came to a conclusion that's really hurtful. Till this day, AC/DC was done when Bon Scott died. Brian Johnson, those guys was something else.
Yeah.
And I tolerated Back in Black. I got sucked into with the ether. For those who sucked the cock,
I love that record. I love that record.
By that time, I had gone into deep
For those
waters.
who sucked the cock.
Yeah, for those who sucked the cock, we salute you.
Yeah.
By that time, I had the album. I shoplifted the album.
Shoplifted the album.
But once I brought it home,
Out of respect,
the ether had wore off.
I love it. I love the first three with Brian Johnson. Back in Black, Those About to Rock, and Flick of the Switch. I love those.
The other night I watched a Brian Johnson concert that was spectacular.
In 80?
I don't know when the fuck it was.
MTV?
It was packed. And they were all dancing to this. And there had to be 60,000 people.
Oh, shit. That's like that Germany one or
yes,
something. Yeah,
yes.
That shit is killer.
And it's killer. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
Even though they're ripping it up, it's still not. And I read a lot of the YouTube comments.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You went down that hole?
I had to. I had to see what people were saying about it. And you have no idea how many people felt the same. And I never realized this till 2 weeks ago when I saw all the videos that night. I'm like, and that's why I got out of it after a while.
I get it.
A lot of people started replacing people. Listen, deep down inside, in my fucking soul, there was no way I was going to listen to Dio Sabbath.
Oh, man.
If you know anything about Uncle Joey, I refuse to taste hummus. I will not listen to Dio Sabbath, okay?
God, it's my favorite.
But they made me fucking turn it around.
Yeah.
But it seemed like so many bands, once a band's hero leaves, it's over.
I feel like that was Skinner, man. I just couldn't take it.
Oh, no, I would not.
It's just a sin, you know? They're just out there.
They got the nephews and the cousin and the guy who lives next door.
Sister's uncle, you know?
I love Leonard Skinner, but you got to let them rest their soul.
Yeah.
I can't have that. It looks like a fucking barnyard something. It doesn't look good.
AC/DC's down to one original guy now, Angus. Everyone's gone. And we're like, what's going to happen? And, you know, there's rumblings that Axl may do a record with them. But, you know, Phil Rudd's out, who was the drummer, you know. He got all methed up last year. He's out. So, and then the bass player, once Brian was out, the bass player, Cliff Williams, said, I retire. I've been here 40 fucking years or whatever. I didn't think it was going to be this long. So it's just Angus now. And they're going to go out again, you know? Like, imagine the power of one guy in a schoolboy outfit selling out an arena. The power of that. Like, we don't care who's in there. We're going to see Angus. Isn't that wild? I mean, that is a strong fucking character.
I don't know.
There's very few people that could do that, though. Like, can you imagine? Like, there's no bands.
Well, he's going to sell out for sure.
Right.
If he has Axl.
Right,
Which
right.
Axl is the obvious fucking replacement right now. Axl wants to do it.
Yep.
You know, if Axl could cut a deal with Guns and say, I'm with you guys 6 months.
Yeah.
Take a month off and then do 3 months with them. A quick 3-month tour.
Totally.
2 shows a week. They got to rest. Everybody's in their 60s. I mean, Angus is what, 67?
I think he's 64 or something. Look that up, Lee, will you?
Sure. Angus Young?
Yeah. He's the young one of the band, you know. He was in the band when he was like fucking 14, you know. What do we got?
He is a young 62 years old.
62. Because he was in as a kid, you know, like 13, 14 years old. Isn't that weird? Like, I always said, like, we're speaking about managers and we're speaking about the business and all that. Growing up in rock, it was really brutal because you would go into the room and they would go, we love your band, but the bass player's fat and the drummer's old. Got to get rid of them and we'll sign you. And it would be like a brotherhood of dudes that played for like 10 fucking years together. And they're like, sorry, dude, you know, and it was just brutal. You would hear that. My point is, I don't know how AC/DC ever made it because you got a guy who's like 13, but then Bon is like fucking 30. And when you look at the guy, and none of them are good looking. So I don't see how a label went like, yeah, we're cool with this. Your singer's old as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? That's crazy to me. Everything was against them. A lot like Metallica. Metallica playing a music that no one knew, no one heard of. They kind of invented this speed metal. And they're 4 not good looking dudes during the fucking full glam era of rock, you know, and they make it. I love that. That's what keeps me driving. You know what I mean? It's like people go, they'll never make it. And it's like, it's not about making it. It's about doing it, right?
It's about doing it and living it.
Yeah.
Like for me, you know, from 2007, 2008, I was struggling. 2009, you know,
Dude,
you're picking up this.
I
you're
was
picking
seeing
up
you
that.
at the fucking Ha-Ha. You know what I mean? And you coming down and doing Tuesdays like in 09. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
and,
09.
and you know, yeah, I was there in 09 and at the end of 09 and I remember like Augustino was be like, "Yo, yeah, that's Joey Diaz, man. You ever see him?" And I was like, "No," you know what I mean? You come walking down the street. I was like, "No." And then, you know, I start seeing you all the time later on. I start hearing your name. Then you come back to the store, and I'm like, wow, the magnitude of this. You know what I mean? And then I start looking at it as like, well, that guy's a lifer. You know what I mean?
You have to be.
Yeah, whenever I see a guy that's a lifer, like, you know, like me, I've been in the entertainment business 35 years. It's just what I do, you know? Like music, now it's comedy or whatever, but it's like fucking lifers, man. You know?
Listen, man, I became a lifer. I can tell you this with all the honesty in the world. I became a lifer in October of 93. That's when I knew. There was a certain point I said, okay, I've done it all. I'm going for this. To me at that time, what the going for this meant, just to live it.
To do it.
Whether I starved,
Yeah.
or whether there was lobster or fucking a veggie and cheese sandwich from Subway Sandwich and a joint,
Yeah.
I would be happy as long as I wasn't robbing and in prison.
Exactly.
That's how I looked at it. That's how I narrowed it down. I said, I'll never forget that decision. I'll never forget driving back to Colorado with a woman I barely knew,
Yeah.
cross country, and thinking like, I can't wait to get to Denver to start doing comedy. I had the Judy Carter book. I had watched the BET tape of Joe Torre warming up with the little guy with Martin.
Yeah.
I had watched Rodney Dangerfield specials. I had been doing comedy for 2 years, doing whatever that's called in the beginning, that
Yeah.
limbo period, that
Yeah.
you don't really know what the fuck you're doing.
You're just out there.
Yeah, you're just out there.
Yeah.
But it took probably 28 months to realize that I was going to be a lifer. I could tell you guys that right now.
Yeah.
That's without. When I went back to Boulder, I said, this is fucking it, and nothing's going to fucking stop me. That was it.
That's what fucking rules. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
what
like I
kicks
knew.
ass. Yeah.
It was either I was going to end up on a stage,
Yeah.
or I was going to end up back in prison or dead.
Yep.
That was it. I had made my decision up. Like, there was no, I wasn't, now, don't get me wrong. I was not thinking success.
No.
If you want me to look you in the eye and go,
Yeah.
yeah, I planned on doing the Wilton Theater in
Yeah.
2000. That's bullshit.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah.
I never planned on success. I planned on surviving.
Yep.
A small apartment, maybe a couple rats in there.
Low overhead.
You know, low overhead, no car, maybe train, and feature acts would drive me. If I ever became a headliner, you know, I knew I was always good enough to feature.
Yeah.
But headlining is something fucking different.
It's so
and
different.
I respected it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, even though I didn't respect the law, I didn't give a fuck about drug dealing, I didn't give a fuck about a lot of things. I respected headlining.
Yeah.
You know, I respected the light in the beginning, and I knew that the more I got on stage, the better I would get. Like, I just knew it. Like,
Yep.
I just fucking knew it.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's what you're doing right now.
Exactly.
You don't give a fuck. You'll jump on a plane in the back of JetBlue, the $2.99, and sit behind a fat dude like me farting the whole way.
Yeah.
You'll go to the stand. You'll go here. You'll go there. You'll sleep on a couch. That's what people. And you. It's so easy to crack at that time in your life.
Oh man, I've had some close ones.
Yeah,
You
because
know what I
it's
mean?
very easy to wake up in the middle of the night and go,
Oh yeah.
I'm sleeping on somebody's couch, and he's in there smoking crack. What am I doing with my life?
Yeah. It's just yeah, and you really, this business, the ups and downs is unbelievable. You know what I mean? Like one day you're on Russell Peters' private jet, the next day you're at fucking Sardos doing an open mic. You know what I mean? There's no illusions. Those are all people's draws, and you're just lucky enough to be able to be on one of those, you know? But you see the magnitude and what kind of work it takes to get there, which is kind of cool that I get to be around guys like you or Marin or these dudes that have been in 20, 30
Not
years.
me. You're around like Burr. You're around
Yeah.
big leaguers. Marin.
Yeah.
Like, Marin was big when I got into comedy already. Like, Marin was well known.
Yeah.
And there was 2 Mark Marons. You know that, right?
No.
For a long time, there was Mark Maron and Mark Moran.
Moran. Oh, yeah.
And the other guy ended up being like a joke thief.
Oh, wow.
And a couple people sent him subpoenas and shit.
Wow.
To stop doing his jokes. Yeah.
Subpoena.
Yeah, like to subpoena them. Like, what's that called? Cease and exist.
Yeah. Cease and desist.
Cease and exist. Yeah.
Wow.
I guarantee. Lee, look that up.
That's crazy. Spelled the same way?
Spelled the same
Maybe
way.
with a K or
maybe with a C.
Yeah.
Or Mark's with a C, so maybe with a K.
I'll try that first.
Something like that. You're right.
I'm just. I know it's not, but I'm just imagining a picture of Mark Maron with like the fake glasses. Yeah, it's just coming up with Mark Maron now, not like the famous one.
Did you try MARK?
That's what I typed in, and they're like, "No, you mean this
and
one."
The other one comes up. Oh,
I'll search instead for Mark Maron.
Okay.
Yeah, when I first started in '95, there was a problem.
Wow.
Mark was in San Francisco, I think.
Right.
And the other guy was in Michigan.
Wow.
And the other guy did colleges, but he would do the clubs and rob jokes.
Ooh.
Oh, you found it?
And, yeah.
No.
Damn.
And then he would do something like that.
Right. Yeah.
So I had heard of Mark.
Could be with like an E or an A at the end.
You know,
or something?
when I first started, I still remember Mark.
Yeah.
I remember Jay Moore.
Yeah.
Was already big in New York. So was the black kid, Bill Bellamy.
Oh, Bill Bellamy.
Bill Bellamy was already big in New
Yep.
York.
Mitch was around, right?
I didn't. Mitch came a couple of years later. Like I met Mitch in Seattle, Louis C.K. in Seattle.
Wow.
The other kid that died, that was really funny. He was from
Bill Hicks.
No. He was like a New York guy. Louis C.K. and he died. God bless his soul. He died from that stuff you get when you get leakage in your ears.
I don't know.
And he was getting married, so he went to the emergency room, but it took too long.
Oh, wow.
So he got on the plane, he died on his honeymoon. Something crazy.
Oh, man.
Something
That's
crazy.
brutal.
I forget what his name was, but I met him in Seattle. I met Janine Garofalo in Seattle. Tom Rhodes in Seattle.
Tom Rhodes, yeah.
And like in '95, Tom Rhodes was already big.
Wow.
Felicia Michaels was already big in '94.
Yeah.
You know, in those days they had Comedy Kamikaze and they had Comedy Justice and MTV Comedy Hour.
Oh, yeah.
And VH1 Sunday Comics where they would put 3 20-minute sets.
Pitbull.
Yeah.
Bobby Slayton.
Yeah, Bobby Slayton. You know, HBO was more prevalent with comedy, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, when I first got into comedy, I mean, I studied those tapes. I went to Flappers last night.
Yeah.
And there's a young kid that works there, like a waiter. He works hard. And I told him last night, he goes, I watched this. And I enjoyed when this guy said this. And that's how I know you really love comedy. When you watch different comics and you learn certain things from them on paper. Like he was saying, he watched this and this guy told a story and how he went into the story. And I'm watching this kid going, this kid can be dangerous. Because he's like 19.
Yeah.
These are the guys that learn this shit, work it on stage. And by the time they're 24, they're ripping it up. Nobody knows who they are. Then they get to be 26, 27.
Yeah.
And now these guys are manning the fucking stage. I could see this kid being a killer.
Yeah.
Because even at that
Well, you got
level,
so much shit you can watch now, too. Before, we'd have to wait. We'd get a VHS
we had
tape.
VHS.
Yeah, and you'd watch it and then, like, maybe go to Blockbuster or whatever your corner store was and get another one. Like, I got another video. I'm going to watch this guy. But now you just YouTube. And, you know, like, this week I decided, you know, I'm starting to write some more stuff. I want to try to get into some really good storytelling style, you know, because I love like Al Magical or you guys, you tell these stories that have the bits, and I have all these stories from life, and I really want to try to bring them into the show, but figure out how to punch them up, you know. So now I'm watching like Story Guys, you know what I mean? You pick stuff to really learn, so you have all the weapons, you know, like, you know, one-liners. Dirty jokes, storytelling, whatever, you know? It's all different.
You know, stories is a weird one.
It's hard.
Stories is a weird one because you have stories that are very funny.
Right.
You have stories that are funny. We'll drop this off here. We'll give some shout-outs. It's funny how we all have stories. And we have stories that are fucking naturally funny, but we don't want to tell people because it shows our shortcomings.
Yeah.
You know, I can't tell people by the time my mom used to give me it when I was like 3. And my dad first died. My mom would come home at night because she'd take me to the bar with her. So I'd be jazzed up at 3 in the morning. So my mom would drink Italian red wine, and she would drink a little glass, and then she'd give me a sip. And one night I watched her pass out, and I said, fuck it, I'm going to get back that glass. there was something good in that fucking bottle.
Sleeper hold.
And I went, I
At
drank
3.
the fucking bottle. Like, I just drank whatever was in there. And my mom said she woke up in the middle of the night, she couldn't find me. She called the cops, and they found me in a closet, puked with shit in my pants, the whole fucking deal. And that's why I didn't drink for years, because of that red wine.
Oh, yeah.
But who would say that story about themselves?
Right.
Do you follow me? That's
got
the
you.
humor in it when you're telling an awkward story. I always want to tell a story that has a payout at the end.
Yeah.
I want you to see what I fucking learned, and those stories aren't usually very funny.
Yeah, I know, right?
They're not funny.
Yeah.
But there's always little highlights of what happened that are true that'll be funny. And
Yeah.
we just got to really think and rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it and rewrite it, and then
Yeah,
it really works out. But you have to write a lot of stories.
you do.
So what you have to do is get up. The easiest way to write a story is to go to Facebook and just, what is that, blog post?
Right.
And force yourself to write a blog. Every Monday morning it has to be ready.
Put
That's
up a blog.
Just put up a story.
Yeah.
1 week from music, 1 week from comedy, 1 week from a concert, 1 week from your youth, maybe something you saw at your house that always struck you kind of weird. When I first moved here, Doug Stanhope would tell me every day in 1997 to start writing my life.
Wow.
I wish I would have paid attention to him, because today I would have been Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Just rewriting everything. I would look at him and go, my life? Who the fuck? Why would I write my life out? It's depressing.
Yeah. That's a great recommendation. You
Yeah.
know?
And now, 20, I finally took his advice.
Yeah.
When I was into comedy 19 years or something like that.
Yeah.
18 years in, I said, wait a second, these are onto something.
I'm gonna start doing that, because what happens is while you're writing stuff about your life, memories come out. Like it dusts the cobwebs off, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right. I got a couple buddies that didn't party as hard as I do, so they come around and they, like if I ever write a book, it'll be like Motley Crue, The Dirt, where I'm telling a story and then the two buddies are on chapters too. Like, oh yeah, what happened was you came over here and you did, and then they can.
Aerosmith style.
Yeah, Aerosmith style.
From the first, that would be interesting also, but it's also always great to just try to master. You start with 2 paragraphs.
Yeah.
And every day you look at it for 1 hour. 1 hour. And you'll see that some days at the beginning, but by the end, you'll write 1 tag, and that's fine. I've been forcing myself to do that lately, and it's kind of been an adventure. And just go down there, because I got to tell a story on June 20th.
Yeah, what, did you pick one yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's pretty funny. I'm combining 3.
Yeah.
Okay, there's a certain, I need 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So if I do the first one, it'll be 6 minutes. Ari will tell me to go fuck myself.
Right.
If I do the second one will probably be like 3 minutes. The last one is going to be heavy duty, and that I can milk that to 10 minutes.
Right.
So if I combine all of them, I can give him 22, 23 minutes. He could cut off 5 or 6 in editing, and we have something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I tried it at Colorado Sunday. I was like, all right, I got the record, I got it in a can, and I did an hour, and then at the end of the hour, I go, you guys want to hear some new stuff? And they're like, yeah. So I went into this Tesla story, and I've only done it 4 times, about opening for the band for Tesla, and I felt great. And I was remembering stuff from it that I didn't before, and it got good all of a sudden, and it was getting good. It didn't matter if you didn't know the band Tesla or anything. That's my whole way of trying to do the story. If you don't know the band Tesla, it's not about that. It's about your rock and roll dreams getting squished. You know what I mean? And man, I felt great. And I know you just need to do the stories more and more to get them good.
Well, here's the secret.
Yeah.
Here's the secret. You ready?
Yep.
You have to write out the story before you go on stage. Just that particular story. And what you're going to do is you're going to put it in after 20 minutes of your material.
Yeah.
So they're totally in love with you by that time. You already got them on your side. You warmed them up. You fingered them. By this time, no matter what you throw at them, they're on your page. You've hypnotized them. You've taken them under the ether. You've taken them in and out. They got a few cocktails in them. They're rock and rolling. You reminded them of 1979. Then you drop your story on them. And it's funny because what you might have on the tip of your tongue while you're writing will come out when 200 eyeballs are watching you.
Yeah.
See, a lot of people don't realize the pressure of the eyeballs.
Yeah.
Eyeballs are
Deer
a
in the
motherfucker,
headlights.
and they teach you how to write jokes quickly.
That's so true.
Ladies and gentlemen, when you look out into an audience and you see 200 eyeballs looking at you, you get real fucking creative.
Paid eyeballs.
You get like 2 cop in the room creative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So where were you? 4 in the morning. I was walking up La Cienega, and I made it right on. You get like, there was a jewelry store. Like, you get specific.
Yeah.
You know, if you're innocent, you're gonna be specific. You understand me? So that's the way you have to think about it. The way you have to. So when you go up there, it's real funny. So if you do it 5 nights in a row, by the end of the week, you'll have 2 or 3 new tags, and you'll have openings.
Yeah, you're right there, man.
I have to call Flappers and the Ice House to get Thursday night rooms. I'm gonna get Thursday night. I'm home for 5 weeks. I'm utilizing every fucking Thursday.
I'll go with you, man.
Either or.
I'll try stories.
You have to work that muscle, and they have to understand it's a workout type of night. You know what I'm saying? So I enjoy doing that. I enjoy writing the story out.
I'll try that.
And then going, wow, let me go on stage with it. You know, I enjoy doing spots at the store, and I enjoy doing Flappers, but I got to tell you what, last week I did 2 hours. I did an hour at the Ice House. I did an hour up in Bakersfield at Temblor Brewing Company, which is a fucking great place.
Yeah?
Great comedy place. Try to get yourself booked.
I will.
It's a rock and roll type of place, and fucking strong beer. Like, it's like 12%.
You drank some beer?
No, but everybody else around me was
yeah.
drinking beer. They were fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's funny how different it is to do 15 minutes 4 nights in a row than doing 2 hours 2 nights in a row.
It's such a different animal,
So
Joey.
I'm done. I can't. When I get stuck in town, it takes, like, the first weekend who has me on the road, it's brutal for them on Thursday night.
Yeah.
Because that's the first hour I fucking do in a month or 4 weeks, which, as a headliner, you cannot do that to yourself.
I was just talking about that.
You cannot do that to yourself, so I'm done with it. Instead of chasing fucking every night, going to spots, fuck you. I'd rather just work the muscle, the full fucking muscle, so you know where you stand. You go up on stage, you charge them $5 a Tuesday night, and you fucking talk to your assholes purple.
Yeah.
And they opened up a little open mic around the corner here. It's like 8 to 10 chairs.
Oh.
No booze, couple sodas. It's next to a sushi place.
Oh, yeah?
With the rats over there. You know what I'm talking about? It's got the Z rating. You go in there, they give you a fucking discount at the hospital.
Oh, my God.
Nah.
You use code SICK, and they give you a discount at the hospital. Let me give some shout-outs real quick. How about my man, Joe Conchetta, whatever your fucking name is. Your buddy told me to give you a shout-out, cocksucker. Patrick Bergerham, Raph Lauren, Cameron Swordmeyer, Danny Mendoza, David Penz or Perez, I don't know. Make your choice.
Shout out to both of you.
I gotta fucking know your name now. R.G. Madden, Jay Rama, loving you. Chris O'Hara, Robert Breed, and my main man, Johnny Letters, Dante Gazzini. You know what I'm saying?
Dante.
Who's better than you? Do not forget, like I told you motherfuckers on the Periscope, that tickets for Saturday, even though the Golden State Warriors are playing Utah, they're pretty much close to sold out. So if you don't get them by now, you have to sit Friday fucking early show at 8 o'clock. That's when the Mormons are coming with the drums. They're giving out business cards.
I love that club.
That club is phenomenal. I'm fucking excited about going there. What are you, nuts or what? That's
So
20
great.
of life, no parole, cocksucker. Dean Del Rizzi and shit.
Oh, man.
Taping CDs.
Yeah, I did a vinyl.
Smacking bitches.
Road rash, I'm calling it.
Good for you, man. I'm
Yeah.
very fucking excited to call yourself a friend. You're a hard worker.
I love you, dude. It's like,
Everybody else in this town is walking around waiting for something to fucking hit them in the head with a brick.
Yeah.
And I really got to tell you,
Like me.
I said that, and Lee actually went like this, jumped
Like a break was
and
coming.
started rubbing his head. Oh my God, Lee! Lee, you need another star. I'm watching you.
I love it, man. You know, like I was telling Marin, I go, you, or Marin, Burr, you, I go, you know, yeah, I beg to open for you guys because it's the hang. We don't get to hang at all. I was telling Eric Griffin that today. He came over and did the podcast, which, by the way, incredible show, Dying Up Here, that Showtime show coming out, you know, about the store, that book and everything. Eric's in it, and Santino and Al Magical. It's coming out, and I saw a couple episodes. I felt so proud of those guys. But I was telling, you know, it's about, like, I you know, at 44, I didn't have these friends. And now I have these new friends for like the last 7 years, and I just want to hang because, you know, I'm single and everything, and everybody's busy. But I'm like, man, let's hang and listen to a record or whatever. So when I go on the road with you or Mark or Burr or whatever, it's like, it's just a great hang, you know, like to be out there and like, hey, let's hit this record store. You know, like I was with Marin in Denver. I'm like, look at, oh, I scored this, you know, and he's over there scoring. He scored some crazy record. He just liked the cover. We threw it on. We're like, what? This is incredible. And it was some band. And we're like, listen to this guy. He sounds like Rod Stewart. It was Rod. He was singing on this dude's record that played with the Stones and stuff as a studio musician. And
Ian McLaughlin.
What's that?
Ian McLaughlin.
No, I'll get it for you. Let me look up the photo. It was this dude we'd never heard of. And it was, you know, that kind of stuff. I love the hang, you know. It's just so different, you know. Let me find this record. Oh my God, I was like, what is this record? Lee, maybe you can fire it up too.
It's so funny that I started giggling as soon as Lee started smiling. He knew I was watching. He
did the shoulder shake.
Stop,
What's up, buddy?
You don't need another star.
No, I don't need to eat another star. Look at the shape of me right now.
There's nothing wrong with you.
Lee ate 11 stars.
No, he didn't.
Yes, I did.
He only ate 10.
I had 11 stars and the blueberry thing.
I tricked you.
No, you didn't trick me. I counted.
There's a skinny one here.
Oh,
Goddamn, those stars smell good.
it's stuck on my. Where'd it go?
It dropped on the side of me there.
Oh, good. It's on the floor.
Nah,
Don't worry, we'll eat that one later here.
we'll eat that one later.
Big dummy.
Why are you throwing him like a baseball?
We'll eat that one later.
Sure.
That's
for tomorrow. That thing is nice and hard tomorrow.
I gotta find this
The
record.
THC is on fucking fire on that thing.
Where the fuck is this record, man? Oh, bumming. I don't see the photo. I took a photo of it so I'd buy it. This sucks. You ever notice that? Like, you look at your thing and the photos just seem to disappear? Nah.
Did you find it, Monk?
No, I don't know what any
Oh, I found the record.
Oh, wait. I think I see one.
Check this out, Joey. Python Lee Jackson. Here's the cover. It looks like nothing, right? It just looks like a Dylan record or something.
Absolutely.
He just fucking scores this. We put it on. The record's called In a Broken Dream. Here you
Right
go.
by the computer right
Right
there,
here.
see? One fell right out of the sky. It's
Harry
a lucky
Star.
fucking day. It's got some hair on
Oh,
it.
yippee-ki-yay.
Don't worry about nothing. It's
You're still rhyming.
Lee, look this up. Python
That's a
Lee
special
Jackson.
one. Go ahead.
Okay. Python Lee Jackson.
Yeah, check this guy out, man. He played with the Stones. He played with Rod Stewart. All these guys. So when he did a record, he just cashed in and had all his buddies come play on it. And Marin got it for $3. This record is fucking worth getting. It looks like this. Python Lee Jackson. You're gonna love this, Joey. It's like Faces. Sounds like the Faces. It's like dirty blues.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't believe it, man. And it was so funny how we're like, oh, this guy's totally ripping Rod Stewart. And then we look later and it says, guest vocalist, Rod Stewart. We
You know
start,
what's crazy? Those were, I guarantee if you look that guy up,
Yeah.
he was from close to that recording studio where Leonard Skinner recorded
oh, Muscle Shoals.
and
And,
the Stones recorded. And they also recorded at a fucking different studio in Tennessee.
yeah,
Somewhere, the Stones. Somewhere in Nashville or
Right.
Memphis.
right,
I think
right.
it's Memphis they recorded.
Right. Oh, yeah, like the Sun Studios.
Yeah, something there.
Yeah.
These are those guys that they spoke about in those books
There it is, right there.
that were fucking tremendous.
Right?
Like, tremendous.
You're like, who are these
Talent
guys?
that's just, they just probably had heroin addictions.
Yeah.
And they couldn't keep it together. But you tell them be there Tuesday, we'll save you a bag of the good shit, the shit Keith Richards did. Yeah, listen to this shit.
Yeah, turn it up a little. '70s rock.
Lee, eat the fucking thing already.
There's hairs on it.
It's fine.
Multiple
The hairs are good
people.
for you. That's okay. The hairs
Multiple
are good for you.
people.
Put some water on it. Go ahead. Eat the fucking thing.
Multiple people.
Every day I spend my time
Oh my god.
Fucking great.
Total stories.
waiting here to find the sign.
Because you're going to fuck around all weekend and tell me fairy tales. That I only ate 11 stars. I don't know what happened.
How many stars can a human eat?
Because that's when you got to go deep. It's on Friday and Saturday and shit.
I do. I take 10 stars usually.
No, you don't. I call you and give me some bullshit story. I had 1,400. No.
No, I.
You just went under the fucking thing. Oh shit, you got chocolate left too. Let's do a blueberry.
Let's not do blueberry.
Did you eat that fucking thing yet? Where is it?
It's in its mouth.
What's in your head?
Blackstone.
Don't be pulling the zucchini on me.
Don't they taste like yummy gummy bears, man? I mean, why are you always choking?
Not 12 in. They
Oh,
taste
shit.
good, but
We still got some more left and shit. It could be D-Day for both of us, Lisa.
How do you like this, man? It's cool.
Very cool.
Oh. Lee Syatt, vomit launch.
Swallow the fucking thing already.
Put it down. This is the most coherent I've seen Lee in a long
That's why I
time.
think you
Yeah.
did something with those stars before.
Yeah, no double
That's why I gave
acid.
one of the good ones with the hair. Oh my god. Let me tell you something.
oh,
Most people need to go to comedy clubs to laugh.
Yeah.
I have Lee.
oh thank goodness.
He's the funniest guy I know right now.
Just-
He makes me laugh on the nats. Like I could do a show where we could get him high, just put a camera on Lee, I narrate over it, what I'm thinking, and then put it up once a week, a half-hour show.
The Lee Dog Show.
The Lead Dog Show. Him just get eating fucking 2,000 milligrams and all the changes he goes through and what goes through his
2000.
Because we need to get the camera.
Hey, did you hear him? 2000.
We need to put the camera in his mind
Yeah.
to see what he's really
That would
thinking.
be sick.
Because while you guys are talking, I'm paying attention to you.
Yeah.
But my left eye is watching him like a hawk, okay? And I see him look up and
Oh my
breathe heavy, and I can see what his mind is thinking about.
And then he'll do that. He'll give you one of these.
Yeah, sometimes he gives you Jewish guilt.
Yeah.
The first one is the Jewish guilt. If my mom sees this, what have I done?
I've never once said that.
No, you didn't have to say it, but you thought about it. Just because you didn't say it, don't mean you're not thinking about it.
Does your mom watch the podcast at all?
No.
She can't get through the opening, thank goodness. So that's fine. She likes it. It's not.
No, she can't watch this, and it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I don't.
It's some
I
narcotics.
don't teach her how to do it.
Oh,
so.
good.
Yeah, you don't want your mom to watch
Yeah,
this.
you know,
I don't.
I don't understand. Like the other day, I went to do a show, and some girl talked to this kid before he went on stage, and the pregnant girlfriend was there, and she ran up to the stage and was mad, and he came to me, and I go, "This is why you don't bring your girlfriend to the fucking comedy show,
Yeah.
especially if she's 8 months pregnant. There's work and there's business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a big.
I'm going to
difference
work.
with
You don't go to work.
that. Yeah. So a lot of people don't understand that at first. They don't understand that concept until something goes down with your wife or your girlfriend.
Same with rock and roll. I
Yeah.
always had this
Yeah,
rule.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, no girls, no girlfriends. You know, they're like, why, man? It's like, dude, this is like, we're here at
Yeah,
work.
we're here
you
at
know?
work, and they
Yeah.
just distract. They want to light you a cigarette. Next thing you know, they want to play the fucking tambourine.
Yeah,
I don't want nobody to fucking play the tambourine. If I wanted a tambourine player, I would have hired one in the fucking in Newsweek.
Tambourine.
Yeah, everybody wants to be a fucking tambourine player, right? I don't need no tambourine player. How you doing, my little brother, Lee Syatt? I know it's early, Lee. I shouldn't be asking you, but what do you got planned for the weekend?
For this weekend,
Yeah, what do you got? What are the big plans? Let's hear this fucking hoopla of death here.
It's early, dude. I haven't planned shit, to be honest
That's
with you.
why I love you. You're very spontaneous. She comes home. She tells you she want to go to Pismo Beach. You pack the car.
I was the one who found Pismo Beach. Pismo Beach is great.
I can tell you found Pismo Beach. That's why you're the type of dude that would find Pismo Beach.
I love it. He goes, I already found Pismo Beach,
I found
man.
it.
Pismo's
He
Beach
didn't
is...
find nothing. He didn't find nothing.
Yes, I did.
He found Pismo Beach through Yelp.
No, I didn't. I found it by driving up the coast
When was this?
when I went to go set up the studio
What studio?
at the Two
that's
Girls Go Homeschool.
That's right, homeschool. Anyway.
Oh, you want to hear this new band? These
No,
kids?
I want to hear about you, brother. I want to hear about you. Forget the bands.
All right.
If I wanted fucking Dick, what's his name?
Who's that?
What's American band's name?
Oh, Dick Clark.
If I want Dick Clark, I'll fucking summons the spirit. Right?
Dick Clark.
Where you at this weekend?
This weekend, I'm at the store all weekend.
Are you doing a lot of traveling? Yes and no. You're on the road.
Oh, man, it's scary
see,
right now. I got a
side.
whole fucking summer of nothing. Nothing. I'm just like, wow. I got with you at
Brea.
Brea, and then nothing after that, which is like scary, man. I'm like calling.
That's good because everything good comes last. Fuck. Are they doing oddball again?
No, it doesn't look like this year. I think they're going to take a year off. I mean, I
Yeah,
could
but-
be wrong, but I haven't heard anything, you know. I wish, man. That'd be great to get on something like that, you know.
Any chance of you popping on this Def Leppard Poison tour?
Oh,
doing
man.
7 minutes
That would be great.
in
right?
between. I
Just-
think they should get it. I know my friend John Salami was supposed to be doing the photography, like helping out
Oh, yeah.
during the tour. I know they're on tour.
Yeah, they are.
I've heard it a couple times on.
They're playing way the fuck out there by where the US Festival was, you know? Like out there by Ontario Improv.
Okay.
Yeah, they're out there. I'm May 21st, I'm doing Rock on the Range with Jim Brewer and Metallica. That's fucking cool.
No, where's that at?
In Columbus, Ohio. One-nighter. You know, Rock on the Range is 3 days. One day Soundgarden headlining. The next day is Korn. And the third day is Metallica. I'm doing the Metallica day.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking fired up. All these bands are on there that I love, like Gojira, Rival Sons. All these great fucking bands are playing that day, and you get that killer all access. I'll try to get some podcasting going on after my set with some rock stars, you know, and enjoy Metallica, man. I can't wait to see that.
You know, it's funny because when I called you and I said, listen, I was all high one night, and I called Dean. I go, Dean, here it is. When you come back, we're doing fucking Let There Be Rock. I told him, no, I'm lying to you people. I go, Dean, I listened to an album that changed my life. I'm embarrassed because I forgot about this fucking album.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is it? You know, I'm like, Let There Be Rock. You're like, listen, why do you think I named my podcast that? Why do you think I have a tattoo of my body? Because it's that good. And I'm like, Jesus, at least there's... And I called some friends at home. And I suggested it. One of my friends called me back and he goes, oh my God. He goes, I found myself crying.
Yeah.
He goes, I found myself at a parking lot. We used to go to the Binghamton boat. There was this boat that was ratty when we were kids.
Oh.
You could take your girlfriend out to dinner there, but nobody went to dinner. We just went back there to drink beers and maybe get a hand job and stuck your tit or something out in the window.
Yeah.
But you could hear the rats scratching
No.
the bottom of the car, the rats from the Hudson River.
Oh.
It was one of the scariest fucking things you could ever imagine. You know, like you're sitting there making out with a girl, and you hear like, and you hear like, you would even hear like,
Get out of here.
like they would make little noises.
Yeah.
And there'd be like 3 or 4 of them out there, but they would be ginormous. They'd be the size of my fucking cats.
Oh,
Under there
man.
scratching to get in the fucking car.
Those subway rats like you see in New York. Whoa.
How it is. Listen, man, the rat problem back there. I have friends that live in like fancy buildings, and they say that the rats start to come out at 5 in the afternoon now. There's something.
Where do they come out? They don't come out in their apartments, do they?
No, at the parks with their kids.
Okay.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
don't go to
overlook that.
parks.
That's
I don't
not-
go to parks.
No, you would never go to a
Sometimes
park.
I'm walking home from the stand, wherever I'm staying, and they got garbage day, and there's just thousands of garbage bags on the street. People don't understand. In New York, you put your garbage on the street, and they pick it up, and you'll be walking, all of a sudden like, whoa, what the fuck? There'd be like 3 of them battling over an old piece of pizza, and you're like, oh, you scare the shit out of you, and they just look at you like, get out of here, we're eating, you know?
Bro, I hate all that shit. I see a rat, a mouse.
Oh,
I'm done. That's why I'm happy I got cats. I'll take that cat piss smell and to find the rat. You wake up at 2 a.m. high as fuck. You got a sip of soda. You look on your counter. You see Mickey Mouse on your fucking counter.
yeah.
Nothing shocks your value like that. And then like a week later, you see 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it gets ugly, when they start multiplying quickly. And then you're doomed.
Yeah, Red Band had that fucking problem in his
Oh,
apartment.
it's fucking
and he
horrible.
had the cameras set up and you could watch him. The one trap hit the one that was like, yeah, and it got away and it was like fucked. It just paralyzed half its body and
Oh,
crawled
no.
out of there. You ever see that footage?
No, I didn't.
Oh, it's epic. That shit is fucking crazy. The screaming it's doing, it's going,
And he actually picks the fucking thing up with his little feet and sticks his head out, and you see him limping out, Lee. It's hysterical.
Yeah, he's like, I'm out of here, you
You
fuckers.
motherfucker, you
Yeah.
set a trap. And his cousins are yelling for him, where you at? He's
yeah.
like, back, don't come back here. They got fucking landmines. Fuck this dude. Let's go back and get more. Oh my God.
I
when
felt bad for him, man.
When I was a kid, my godmother's husband, Raul, we had 3 buildings. And
Raul,
that
I
was-
love that name.
Raul was a bad motherfucker. He was a Cuban dude. I love Raul. Raul was married to Beva, my godmother. And I would go up there and spend the weekend with them.
Yeah.
And I would tell
Well,
I will tell you this story, and you guys might believe me, you might not. There was 3 buildings there. It was 148th Street and Broadway. They owned the building on the side, the building next to the hobby store, and then in between, in those days it was like a paint store or something. They owned that building.
yeah.
And there was an underground tunnel to all 3 buildings, all right, to connect all 3 buildings.
Wow.
Plus, some people threw garbage in that chute.
Oh, yeah.
So on a certain day, you had to pull the thing out, and then the guy would come down, and there was a path. But after a few weeks of living there, I learned all the fucking paths to there. There was a boiler behind there, and supposedly a drug dealer lived upstairs and threw $10,000 back there.
Oh,
So
yeah.
me and my buddies would get flashlights and
Treasure
jump over
hunt.
the boiler. And one day we looked over, Lee, and I saw a rat with eyes as big as your both the guys.
Oh my goodness.
This thing, that's what it looked like to me at the age of 10.
Yeah.
I fucking ran home and I never went back there. The rat problem was so bad back there at night. Raul got a wolf dog. What? Like one of those dogs that was half wolf.
Oh, yeah,
And he
yeah.
would just tear them apart. You'd go in there in the morning and there'd be fucking rats torn apart. The wolf would have claws on his face and shit. The only person he liked was Raul.
Wow.
He hated me. I mean, they had him on a chain with bolts in the wall. This dog was fucking a real killer.
Wild.
And when you went back there, he'd look at you and he started fucking running on the walls. He would salivate from his mouth and shit. He was
Rat
a
killer.
He lived downstairs. Like, you know how people have those sex slaves?
Yeah,
They
yeah.
keep him in the
Yeah.
This dog was so mean, they kept him in the basement.
Just the dungeon
And
dog.
they only took him out at night. Like, he only saw darkness. And he'd have to go out with, like, a mask and shit. Fucking hysterical. I forgot all about it.
That's
I
fucking
forgot.
great.
What the fuck was it? Lowell. That was his name.
Lowell.
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 Lobo.
Oh, Lobo.
His name was Lobo.
Oh, Lobo.
And Lowell.
Yeah.
How long did Lobo last? Like 6 months? And
Lobo
You could
died
do
of like
Lobos?
some weird poisoning. Some rat had poisoned him with some.
Lobo
He
ate
got
the wrong
He
thing.
ate the rat from Africa. They had poison in his fang and shit. He had a spider on his back or something. No, I can't.
Lobo. Death spider. Oh, my God.
I can't lie to you. I don't remember how he died.
Yeah.
I don't remember how he died. I knew I'd be traumatized
R.I.P. Lobo.
because they had 2 dogs. They had Lobo, then they had Lassie.
Oh, and Lassie was like the nice
Lassie
white
was
dog.
the collie that, Lassie lived in the house.
It's
They
a-
fed him fucking treats. He was allowed the furniture.
Dirty rat eater was
Lobo
downstairs.
was fucking, you couldn't even keep him. At night, I remember, like, sometimes you'd lock the door, and he'd be bouncing on the fucking door.
Wow.
Like, you'd think he was going to knock in and eat you.
Well, yeah, Lassie would talk shit. You have to think
No,
so.
we'd separate them because he'd kill Lassie.
Yeah, but Lassie must be like, haha, I'm in here. I can sit on the
it
couch.
Lassie was a beautiful dog.
I know, that's the whole
I used to
point.
walk. We used to have to walk Lassie first, then put Lassie in, and then he would have to go in, put a mask on Lobo.
The mask. Yeah, the
like a
biter
wrestler's
mask.
mask.
Yeah.
Like the wrestler's
He
mask.
might not have even known
Nacho
about
Libre mask.
Like, he could just smell Lassie because they couldn't smell. They just knew he just knew that you had another dog right before him. He's like,
Nacho Lobo. Nacho
It
Lobo.
was fucking crazy how tough that dog was.
I love
Just some closing facts on Let There Be Rock that I found a couple weeks ago, which were really, that'll add to Bon Scott's. Bon Scott wrote a lot of these songs based on real things. And when there's a song, Whole Lot of Rosie,
Yep.
he based on this Tasmanian woman that weighed 266 pounds that went up to him and told him she had slept with 29 stars that month. And next thing you know, he woke up and he was pinned against the wall. And Rosie had fucked the shit out of him. And she was whispering to him he was number 30. You know?
Oh,
Pretty interesting stories online.
great.
And then the one, Go Down.
Go down.
It was a girl named Ruby Lips.
Ruby Lips.
That was a groupie, and she sucked everybody's dick.
Oh, yeah, because it's like, Ruby,
Yeah.
Ruby, where you been
Yes.
so long?
Yeah.
Those boys been drinking whiskey ever since you been gone.
Look at Dean
Yeah.
Delray.
Ain't no one I know.
Oh shit.
Do
Oh,
it where you do. Licking on that lucky stick the way you do. I love
Dean,
that.
take a hit of the bong. Will you stop and knock it off?
I just love that, man.
You got the touch.
Yeah.
No, it's really interesting things, but the most interesting was that on one of the guitar solos, while they were taping it, the speakers actually went on fire.
Oh, yeah, the amp.
The
The
amps
amp
were
caught on fire, yeah.
And they were actually looking at not Bond. But
Angus.
Angus looked over, and his brother told him, keep playing. Don't worry about the fucking amps going on fire.
Yeah, that's like
So
Problem
Angus-
Child or something. Yeah, the amp caught fire.
Fucking Problem Child. Just phenomenal. Real fucking music that, listen, man, like I said, after Brian Johnson came on, I caught them a few times.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not going to sit here and lie to you.
Yeah.
I think I caught him 3 times after them. Because the Angus was just spectacular live.
Totally.
It really was
Just a freak of
spectacular
nature,
live.
man.
Yeah, from beginning to end. And I don't know, it was like the weirdest thing. I'm very happy I came up at that time. And I got to see the bands. I got to see, I wouldn't want to see AC/DC at Coachella.
No, yeah.
Like, I was blessed to see him at the Garden with Bon Scott.
Yeah.
And I'm really fucking happy. You know what else I'm happy? A lot of times in those days, I would go to concerts and I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah.
That concert, I knew exactly what was going on. They had, they played a couple of, they played this, they played a couple songs from Highway to Hell.
Yeah.
They played Sin City. In those days, they were the opening act.
Totally.
They played 7 or 8 songs, but they closed with not Bad Boy Boogie, but the other one. And
Let There Be Rock?
And he would jump on his shoulders and
Oh,
run
yeah,
around.
and go through the crowd.
Yeah, and go through the
Yeah.
crowd. It was just, again, you left those shows and you felt something.
Well, yeah, also, it was weird to see Bon back then, Just, he had tattoos and no one had him. A big old parrot, these giant tattoos on him. They were giant. Like, when he came on, you're like, what is that guy? Like, you didn't see that. He looked like an old salty sailor up there with the cut-off Levi vest,
Remember years ago when he died, they did a story about him in the circus
Yeah.
that I read like 200 times. You
Yeah.
know, that he was like you said, he was really a circus freak in those days.
Totally.
Because he was 15 years elder
Yeah.
to anybody else in the band at that time. But he was so fucking talented. Angus and his brother were so talented, and they came together at such a great time. And those, again, I talk about Pink Floyd, and, I always talk about the brilliance. Because anybody could put a special together, but put 4 fucking brilliant. I
Records?
couldn't do it. I could
Right.
never fucking do it. I would
Yeah.
love to tell you, sit here, I could write 4 specials back to back to back to back. That could be brilliant. I don't think anybody's done it lately. It's just been mouth-watering. It's very tough or whatever you judge. But for people in those days, like Pink Floyd, AC/DC, just the fucking...
Yeah.
I consider Let There Be Rock, Power Rage, and Highway to Hell 3 fucking masterpieces. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Masterpieces.
Me too. Also, you got to think about, imagine, like, let's say a band like Zeppelin. The first one, they're like an acid rock blues band. First and 2, Then the third one, they got all the acoustic songs and stuff, So that would be equivalent to, like, say, you go see Louis C.K., And his first special is this way, but then the second special
It's a prop.
a prop, and then the third one would be like
Puppets.
all one-liners, you know, and then the next one would be all crowd work. All these specials would be totally different. It would like comics don't do that. They have a voice, and that's their voice throughout their career. That you know, through their eyes. But imagine if a comic did that. Like, this special is going to be all one-liners. I've never done it. I'm going to try it. And then the next one, you know, like Todd Barry did that crowd work record and tour. That's cool. But I'm saying, imagine each record was completely a different style, you know, or your style, but like tweaked big time. It's pretty interesting to think about, you know.
Neil Brennan had that special that was 3 different.
It's my favorite. 3 mics,
Yeah.
unbelievable, super original, you know.
Excuse me, I just gotta take a tickle. Do you think? Keep going.
Yeah, man, super original.
So it's pretty cool. I mean, it seems that there's a lot of comics now who are doing different shows. Like, I really like how Bert has the Calling Sick to Work shows.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like Doug Benson does the 420 shows. It's interesting to see. And then, so like, are you doing like rock clubs a lot, or like, or what are you? Are you? Because it seems like you're doing like legit clubs a lot more.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of people think I should do rock clubs, you know, but I spent my life in rock clubs.
Right, you're like-
I enjoy the comedy club, you know what I mean? Because
they bring you food.
well, no, it's not that.
comfy.
It's like people understand we're in a comedy club. This is what it is. Sometimes you're in a rock club. They're like, all right, yeah, do that one joke. You know, they're like yelling out and stuff.
Right, okay,
It's a
that
tough.
makes
They'll
sense.
stomp on your punchlines by accident, you know, but you're like, oh, fuck. I was just going to deliver that. And you screamed out, Ace or Daisy. You know what I mean?
And
It's a,
takes
di-
it-
it's
yeah.
a different animal, you know. I enjoy the comedy clubs. I like the usually a lot of them are just set up so cool. Like that Comedy Works this weekend, man. It's just set up so amazing. I couldn't imagine not, you know, working in there and doing a rock club around the corner. It would be a bummer, you know.
Right. I'm interested to listen to the podcast you did with the owner, because
Yeah.
there's not many individual clubs around the country anymore, or major individual
Yeah,
clubs
they're
around
all
the country.
chains. Yeah, I get it. Yeah. You said you were banned from the Comedy Works?
You know, you look at hindsight and you look what people do, and I was very honored to start at the Comedy Works in Denver. Till this day, you saw the smile on my face.
Yeah.
I came from good stock, you know. I was living in Boulder, and I was scared to go on stage. I got locked up, and one day I went down there and got on stage, and Matt Woods was down there, and I talked to him, and I went back and did a few open mics. And it just went on, and I left, and when I came back, I got really serious. I had a daughter in Boulder. I'm like, wow, if I get into the Comedy Works, and I started getting star spots.
Yeah.
Everything was cool and dandy, and then one night, one thing led to another. And we used to hang out there afterwards. Again, this is why I tell comics, at certain levels, do your thing, get the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
Why? Why can't I party? Okay, do what you want to do.
Yep.
This is why, because I was there after hours. And the true story was, the story was that there was a girl. She was a stripper. She was kind of crazy, real cute. I was friends with her. I knew her. Bro, it was like your open mic troupe.
Right.
It was me and Jeff and Jimmy Abeda and this other dude. But the other dude I didn't know. Like, there was like 6 of us in this crew. But the one dude dug me,
Yeah.
but didn't. And we were at the same level. Me and him were at the same level. And one night, we're at this Comedy Works, and we're all having a good time. And I get a star spot. That means that you're an open mic, but you come down Wednesday and you do 6 minutes in front of Wendy.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, he heard Wendy tell me, do you want to go get a drink? I think Steve McGrew was in town, and we were going to go right around the corner to the Mexican place and meet Steve McGrew. I could tell he didn't like that. And about a week later, I'm there after hours on a Tuesday, and I'm walking up the steps, and the girl's walking down she just comes in from dance or whatever the fuck she does.
Right.
She goes, Joey, how are you? And she runs down the steps, and she jumps up, and she grabs me, and I grab her, and my hands land behind her ass.
Yeah.
She doesn't say nothing. The next day, he called her, and he goes, listen, he grabbed your ass last night. You should press charges and shit. So she got an attorney and called down there, and then I got banned.
Wow.
And it was tough for her to call me and go, you're banned for life. I had to make a choice at that time. I could either stay in Denver and do the 3 B clubs
Yeah.
or move it up a little bit. So I went up to Seattle, and that's how I hooked up with Josh Wolf and
Wow.
all the boys. But then I saw her on the whatever tour,
Oddball?
Oddball tour.
Yeah.
I was in Denver opening, and she came over to me and she asked me how I was doing. I go, good, how are you? And she goes, are you mad at me? And I go, not at all. I go, can I talk to you for a second? I go, the reason I'm at Oddball is because you banned me.
Yeah.
And she goes, what are you talking about? I go, listen, man, if I would have stayed in Denver, I would have ended up hurting somebody. I would have ended up hurting my daughter's mother or the boyfriend, and I would have just been getting that right now. Who are you kidding? I go, you banned me, and you made me make a decision. I told you guys that when I was in 93, I believed that much. And by 95, I had saw the short damage I had done by committing
Yeah.
just 3/4 more into this career. And next thing you know, I was on an HBO Locals tour. I was taping this. I was featuring here. You know, they were country western bars, but I was putting up money in my pocket.
Yeah.
So I said, Jesus, if I commit by this point, can you imagine now? And all of a sudden, boom, setback. I get banned from the A room in town. That's the room you want to play. That's the room that you strive to do 15 minutes in 4 nights a week.
Right.
And at that time, I was a little far away from there, but I was on my way. I was getting star spots, bitch.
Yeah.
I was a week or 2 away from getting made a regular, and now I was in the rotation. So you don't get spots all the time,
Yeah.
but you get 1 spot a week for 7 minutes and 1 for 15 minutes. When she told me she took that from me, I had nothing going on in Boulder.
Yeah. Time to move
I
on.
was just gonna fucking I was just gonna get into worse trouble than I was already in. And I made a decision. I said, fuck it, let me go to Seattle. And I gunned it out up there, and I ended up here.
It's incredible.
But once I thanked her for that,
Yeah.
I worked the Improv, and I did okay numbers. And my agent goes, if you did that at the Improv, you do a lot better at Comedy Works. It's amazing. It was like double.
Wow.
Because people didn't want to go to the Denver Improv. For some reason, they're scared that they consider it a black club. I thought it was a great club.
Right.
I'd just rather play at the Works. The Works is where I came up. It's the first club I got on stage.
Totally.
And I'm really surprised how open they are to Death Squad.
Yeah.
They really give love to Death Squad. So it's great. It's great
It's
to be
great.
a part of it. It's a great
Yeah.
club and
I
stuff.
love it, man.
I'm happy that Wendy gives you love. Now, do you do the other club also in the suburbs?
Once in a while.
Is it really rough how they say?
No, I like it. It's great. The problem is, like Wendy said on my podcast today, when you got the number one room, if this room was a second club was in another town, you'd be like, that's the number one room in that town. You know what I mean? But when you got the number one room, you're going to compare it to the other one, but they're both fucking great. One's like a mini theater, and the other one's, a cave downstairs. But they're both great animals. I've had some great shows at that South Club, man. Great ones. You know, it's just bigger, so it's hard for someone like me to fill. But I did it like 9 nights with Russell Peters, and it was smoking. You know.
I'm proud of you. You're a savage. You got your first CD.
Yeah.
Things are moving forward. Hopefully, all you need is an agent, really, and an attorney, and you'll be fine. Who
You're
needs a
right.
fucking manager?
You're right.
Number 2, I'm really happy you had this out. This album fucked with me for like 5 or 6 days.
It's incredible.
Every day I had to focus on one song.
Yeah.
Like the first day was Bad Boy Boogie. The second day was Hell Ain't a Bad Place to Be. You know, and I listened to the guitar and how dirty it was. And then I read up on it and why George Young and the other guy, Wanda,
Yeah.
wanted to make it sound like that. And it's true what you said. They wanted to compete with punk. But again, where would AC/DC be today if Bon Scott lived? Would they be bigger? Do you think they would have done what they did with
Well,
Brian?
he'd be old as fuck. You know what I mean? Because he was so much older.
So is Brian fucking Johnson. Why'd they get rid of him? What was the inside scoop?
Man, I don't know. But he, they said it was his ears, but,
His what? His ears.
His ears, yeah. He was going deaf or whatever. And I just still don't believe that. I still don't believe that. I mean, I'm sure he had a little ear problem. He said he was going to take
Look at Lee, he's going deaf.
I was gonna say, you think it's an inside job? What do you think it is?
No, I think it was here's what I personally think. I think he agreed to do this last record, and he said, I'll do this record, and then we'll do the tour. And that should be probably it for us because, we're pretty fucking old. And I think they did the tour and the record, then Angus went, hey, I'm only 62. I'm going to keep going. And then just, bloop, you're out. You know what I mean? I that's what I think.
How old is Brian Johnson?
I think he's like, what is he, like 68? I'm almost positive he's 68. Let's look that up.
That's impressive and scary at the same time.
Yeah, right?
But they can only do those stadium shows twice a week.
Yeah.
That'll break a man.
What do you got there? 68?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. Hold on.
Yeah.
47. So how old is that?
1947. Should say it right there on the right, his age.
69.
69. Yeah.
Yeah, your bones start to crack a little bit.
Yeah. But on
He
this,
doesn't drink anymore, does he?
I think he drinks. Yeah, he just doesn't get crazy. But yeah, I think he likes those pints. I always hear him talking about pints. But I saw him on this last tour twice, and 3 times, and he was fucking phenomenal. So I was like, whoa, this is the best I've seen him in 25 years. I was so blown away. Like, I was like, how the fuck does this guy sound this good this year? Him and Axel both sounded killer out on tour. I'm like, this is crazy. So I was floored when I heard he had problems because I was like, wow, this guy's killing it.
You gotta remember, you've been doing comedy how long now?
7 years.
Okay, I've been doing it 26 years. And you learn the tricks later on.
Yeah.
You watch him on stage. He's as professional as can be.
Yep.
But you figure he's been playing big time rooms since 1980.
Isn't that crazy?
Since July 31st of 1980, when his career started.
Yeah.
When they first took Back in Black on tour.
Yeah.
What is that? That's 20 years there. That's 37 years of touring.
Unbelievable.
He has to be just good and just, I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the musicians have just in little secrets.
Just ninja,
Yeah, put this on a little louder, lower the light here.
Yeah.
When I sing this, do this, I'm going to do a trick.
Yeah.
I'm going to turn
an
my
echo
head.
here.
Yeah,
Back in black.
Yeah. All that.
Do it again.
Yeah.
Back in black.
Hit the sag. Bit too long, got to be back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he gets away with it. So
Yeah.
that's the other side of professionalism.
Yeah.
That you figure out different rooms, you figure out different tricks.
Yep.
And that's what putting the fucking time in. That's not from... Listen, when you go to Scotland and play like this, they went around the fucking world.
You got to survive. Figure out how to survive.
Yeah, those guys have stories for fucking days. So where you at? You're with me in June?
Yeah.
At the Brea Improv.
Yeah, I can't wait. And then I'm doing Rock on the Range. If you're there, I'll be on the Sunday day. And then, do I have anything else? I'm going to be with Burr in July. 2 dates at Grand Rapids, July 14th and 15th. That's all I got pretty much. Oh, no, one run here. June 14th through the 18th, House of Comedy, Minnesota.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, headlining
That's my
that.
spot. That's a good fucking spot.
I've never done it. I'm looking forward to
You're
it.
going to have a good time. That's a good club.
That'll be great.
That's all good. And Grand Rapids is sensational.
Oh, yeah, Grand
That's the home of the world champion. What's his name?
Grand
Who's
Rapids.
fighting Conor McGregor?
Mayweather.
Mayweather.
Yeah, he's fucked up, Lisa.
2400.
Dude, thank you for having
What's
me.
for dinner tonight, Bongo?
What's up?
What are you making? Blue Bonnet? What are you making? Blue Angel?
Whatever. I don't know. Whatever I get when I get home, I'll probably just pass out.
You're not passing out tonight, dog. You're eating fucking...
Oh no, I had a blueberry. So what did I have?
Blueberry.
24.25.
Listen, who counts the blueberry? You burned that off at the gym today. You did the elliptical today, right?
Right.
How many calories did you burn on the elliptical?
I don't know. I don't put it in the thing.
300?
I
don't put it in the
He's
whatever it's
gone
called.
now. He's just mumbling now.
No, I don't put my. I don't log into the thing.
You don't want to know your cat. You just sit there and without the... No, sit down. You just log there without the thing.
I just go for an hour.
You don't do no fucking hour, cocksucker.
No, I
My
used
spies
to,
are there.
No.
They tell me you do 10 minutes.
I don't do 10 minutes. I usually do
Stop.
45. I
My
usually
friend
do
saw
45.
you the other day doing 20 slow.
20.
Like you were dying and shit. You got a towel on your neck. Acting like
I've
fucking.
never once put towel on my
Nah,
neck.
that was you. He took a picture and sent it over to me.
Show me this picture.
I erase everything. You know me. I don't want no
You
collateral.
don't erase nothing. You don't know how to erase.
I don't want no collateral. You shit. You go there for 20 minutes, cocksucker. You do an hour. Who you bullshit?
I don't do.
He goes over there, he talks to Paula. He hangs on the thing, talking to her on the side.
She goes at 6 a.m. What are you talking about?
I've been gymming it up, man.
I could tell. You're a yoked motherfucker. No sugar still.
Fuck 1 year, 2 days ago.
So
1 year.
what's the breakfast at No Sugar Man's house?
I usually wake up and I have a protein shake, and then I eat some.
What's in this protein shake?
It's Vega One, so it's all mixed stuff. Vegan protein shake. It's a company, Vega One. I love it. And then I'll eat fruit like strawberries and blueberries, and then some, a little bit of little bit of oatmeal, some steel cut. That's my breakfast. And then lunch, some salmon with brown rice, or some chicken and black beans and brown rice, something like that. And then dinner, some kind of quinoa, Yeah, I love how he flew back. Whoa, quinoa.
Every time a person says quinoa,
yeah.
it's a stab through my heart. You understand me? I lose 3 minutes in time right now.
I said quinoa sounds like a martial art,
my
right?
God,
It's like, if you watch the UFC, it'd be like judo, kung fu, and quinoa.
I don't know what fucking quinoa sounds like. It just don't sound good. It doesn't sound like something I like to eat. I just saw it once. I know it ain't for
It's
me.
fucking good,
You
dude.
might as well give me couscous and shoot me in the fucking head backwards.
Fuck.
So
What's wrong with couscous? It's just rice.
Yeah,
Quinoa is
look at
great.
that. He is.
Couscous is just rice.
I like
I
couscous.
can't wait till they show a picture of you one day with a bag over your head over there in Icesville. With a
Icesville.
machine gun to your fucking head, eating couscous. I can't wait, cocksucker. You'll be thinking of me. You'll never eat couscous again if you get out of here.
I love it. I'm off to the store, dude.
All right, motherfucker. This
I
show
love
is brought to you by On It. Explain it to me. Joey, break it down for a motherfucker. Here it is. You want to get healthy. You want to get good products in you. You want to get good vitamins in you. You want the good stuff. On It's where it's at. Whether it's the Alpha Brain, whether it's the Shroom Tech Sport, whether it's the Hemp Force Protein, whatever that you need, On It will have it there supplement-wise. They have greens. They have mixed greens, a cherry flavored. They have a recovery drink, coconut water recovery drink that's sensational. Go to onit.com right now and take a look at the whole fine line of supplements. If you go with Alpha Brain, 100% money back guarantee. You can't beat that with a stick. You understand me? Plus, they got kettlebells. They got the steel bats. They got the steel cage balls. Listen, it's one-stop shopping. Go to onit.com right now. Look at the great selection they have, whether it's supplement-wise or workout gear. And if you like something, go to checkout and press in.
Church.
CHURCH. We're going to give you 10% off. You understand me? Number 2, listen. Mother's Day is coming. Nobody wants to have a stinky ass. You ever look at your mother's ass when you go to, like, restaurants? When she gets up, you look at your mother's ass and you go, Jesus fucking Christ. What does that cave of death smell like? Yeah, but nobody here. Am I the only crazy one here? Well, listen, stop the suspicions. Give your mother a portable bidet right now.
No, for sure.
Why live there in doubt? Does my grandma... Listen, I know your grandmother's asshole smells. If she's over 70, that's got rotten ass. Give her a portable bidet for Mother's Day. If you go right now to hellotushy.com, right now, they got portable bidets. Why? Joey, why would I have a portable bidet? Why? Because you don't want to have asshole rot. You don't want to have hemorrhoids. You don't want to have strange things lurking in your asshole. It all starts with fucking health and cleanliness. What do they say? Cleanliness is next to Jesusness, right? Godliness. You understand me? Plus, you're helping the environment, because if you use a portable bidet, there's no trees. There's no paper involved. They have a little towel right next to you. You take it out and you dry your little muffler. You take one hand, you get like a plastic sack. You put like that portable soap in your muffler, like a little shampoo, and you let that little water hit in there, and you take it out, and then you dry your muffler. You could do that all day long. You know what I'm saying? Your nuts stink. Here's the recipe. Ladies, if the guy went down on you on the second date and he's never gone down on you in the last 9 years, it's not that he don't love you. It's maybe that skunk needs some fucking water. You understand me? That's where the portable bidet comes in mid-afternoon. Ladies, that onion gets hot in the middle of the day. Listen, we're not insulting you, but in the middle, right by the noodle where the hairs are, right there.
Right there.
Right there. It smells like fucking, what's that thing? What's pico de gallo? And I love it. Don't get me wrong. You know me, I'm a fucking animal. Anyway, if you don't want that, go to hellotushy.com right now. Take a look at the great line of portable bidets. Number 2, 60-day money-back guarantee. Solid company, solid performance. I get nothing but great reviews about them. And it is what it is. Mother's Day is coming. Father's Day is coming. Happy Easter's coming. So do me a favor. Right now, go to hellotushy.com and press in.
Church.
Bam! And get 10% off. All right. Hello, Tushy. On it. I love you both. Lee Syatt, I love you. Don't forget, Wise Guys. Salt Lake City. Friday, Saturday, Cinco de Mayo. Mexicans invade motherfucking Salt Lake City. Number 2, next week, Milwaukee, Turner Hall, Friday night. Few tickets left. Don't hit me up on Twitter. Joey, we got no tickets. I told you, get the fucking tickets now. But you wanted to play fucking possum. Anyway, I love you guys. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for the support. Thank you for being there for us, motherfuckers. Lee Syatt, throw him a kiss, cocksucker. There you go. We love you. Stay black. I'll see you guys at Wise Guys this weekend. Thank you for listening.